I am ready now.
Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
And what can we expect? Surprises!
Engineered by Jay Timko and produced by Eric Beatty. And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Alrighty. Welcome everybody to the Detroit Cast on a Wednesday.
It's New Year's Eve.
It is, man. Happy New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Mike and Jay, Big E is here in the house. Izzy's in the house. You excited for a big show, Izzy? You are?
What are you going to do tonight, Mike? New Year's Eve. Where are you going? You going to a big party?
Yeah, on my couch with myself. You?
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing.
Do you guys ever do anything for New Year's Eve?
Not really. Might go to friends down the road.
Is that because of kids?
Yeah,
it is. So if you guys didn't have kids, you'd
nah. You know what? No, we probably wouldn't.
Yeah,
not at this point. What do they call it? Amateur night?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's a total amateur night, just like the day after Thanksgiving. Or is it the day before Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
it always goes out for that. Do you go out for that, E?
What?
Thanksgiving.
It seems like the times that you plan to do big shit like that, it just never really works out as that much fun. So
That is true. I think you're right. I think you always think like New Year. I think New Year's is so overrated in the sense that I think there's this pressure that it's got to be so amazing,
Mhm.
and then it just never.
Yeah. There was a stretch after we turned 21. Remember, we would all go to Roosevelt's on the day before Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
and it was just like a Harrison reunion.
Yeah.
And that was fun for a few years.
I think that probably works for most schools or most areas,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that period of time,
Yeah.
like through about 25, and then you peter off from that.
Yeah, I think it was a little later than 25 because I wasn't here. Well, I was here about 26. I wasn't here. So yeah, I don't know, man. But those nights were fun. But
Yeah, when did you get so antisocial, I guess is the question, Mike.
well,
When did that happen?
you know what? When they took away my right to drink and drive, when they made the rules really unfair.
When it went to .08 is
When
when
it-
you packed it in?
Well, when it went to .08 and they started actually enforcing it,
Yeah.
like you used to be able to sweet talk your way out of a DUI as long as you didn't hit someone, as long as you were kind of in the vicinity of your house and you had a tail light out or you were a little wobbly or something. Yeah, we did.
No, not. But you didn't do hello. Was it? I don't remember which one you did.
Was it-
though.
All night long, all night.
It was either that or what was it? Dancing? Or what is it? Dancing on.
Dancing on the ceiling, dancing in the street. No,
No.
it wasn't either of those. It was one of those. It was some super sappy romantic ballad. Anyway, dare I say a big show. We got a lot to get to today. We got a dog shit warning.
Endless love.
My endless love. Yeah, I thought of you as soon as not with endless love, but the dog shit warning. I was like, ooh, Jay will like this. We got some firefighters, a group of them in some trouble. There was a murder, some sex tapes, that kind of thing. Apparently porn sites or porn sets are a place where you can get trouble with venereal diseases. Who knew?
One of those is
Who knew?
Strange. How do those
up
two?
Here. It looks right now. It looks
One of
like,
those is up there. I'm looking at his
'cause
draft.
It looks like I know. It looks like there's like
Where do I draw the line? Where's show
this,
2?
This one goes up here.
Gotcha.
That's not the order though.
Would you rather eat Mike or Jay? Oh, I know it. Okay.
Oh yeah, because I'm
You would be more marbleized.
yeah. You would be very,
And
very
therefore-
lean and tough.
Therefore, more tasty, perhaps.
Yeah. I think they said E would be the most tasty, though. Some meat expert weighed in.
That's right.
Serious?
That's right.
Yes.
A chef weighed in on it.
Yeah, and said that J would be the worst. You'd be tough and lean.
Mhm.
I would be
I'm
okay, but E's just doughy enough to be delicious.
Man.
Yeah, you'd be delicious, E. Also, we've got a tranny suicide to get to. I know I'm quickly becoming known as someone who loves tranny stories. I don't know why I find them so...
Chaz Bono, you.
Don't even start, you son of a bitch. Kitty coats, adorable.
Oh,
I
that's
love
a great
kitty-
story.
Yeah, I love kitty
Hey,
coats.
by the way, the Pigman is going to get going January 12th.
Dude, it's funny. You texted me that earlier
Mhm.
and said that. I swear to God, not 20 seconds earlier, I was sitting on my couch going, you know what? I'm going to look up when that Pigman trial starts so that I can surprise Jay with the knowledge that, hey, it's starting on this date. See if there's any other updates or anything going on. And then as I was about to go to my computer, a text came over from you out of the blue and said, good news, the Pigman trial is starting.
That's bizarre, man.
It's really bizarre. I swear to God, true. That's true.
Can't wait.
We've got the some new details on the Sony hack, the Air Asia Records Harbaugh, finally, a Wolverine.
Mhm.
And Dominic and Sue, though, quite a story there. Who would have
Man,
thought?
reinstated. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking yesterday about how he was not going to be able to play in the Dallas game. I thought it was bullshit, to be honest. I don't think you thought it was like, hey, stop the guy. What are you going to do? But,
Well, you know what it was? It was that lifting of the other foot. I watched it again. It's like if he wouldn't have lifted his plant foot, well, I guess his plant foot is the one on Rodgers, but if he wouldn't have lifted his front foot as he stepped off of Rodgers, I think it would have been, he just stepped back. But it was that putting all the weight on it
yeah.
to then move forward.
Well, an independent arbitrator, Ted
Disagreed
Cottrell,
with me.
absolutely disagreed with you and agreed with me and said Sue's one-game suspension for stomping Aaron Rodgers is lifted. He issued a $70,000 fine instead. I wonder if this has anything to do with the fact that it's a playoff game.
And it was so sketchy. I mean, you could see it both ways,
Yeah, but if you're issuing a $70,000 fine, you're saying that something wrong was done. Like if it was, if there was no ill will or ill intent,
yeah,
you
it either
wouldn't
is or it
issue-
isn't, right?
Right. And by issuing a $70,000 fine, which is great for Lions fans, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Whatever, hit him in the wallet. Who cares? He doesn't care. But they're acting like he's guilty of something. Otherwise, they wouldn't have fined him.
You know what's interesting is had he not played and the Lions just got torched, he's going into free agency and he could go, look what happens without me. You get torched. You suck without me.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you go, yeah, but dude, you're a fucking nutbag. You're suspended for the biggest game in 5 years.
Yeah.
So it would have been a strange thing. So it's better off that he's playing. And if they get torched, then he has no argument.
Yeah. According to Mike Floria of Pro Football Talk, the ruling doesn't come as a major surprise to the NFL. So
Yeah, supposedly
I don't know what
insiders said they knew it was sketchy, but they wanted to levy it
Well, there
and
was
then just
some-
let the arbitrator cut it back if need be.
The ref. Did you see it? The ref for one that watched the play right in front of him and texted like the league. Did you see that? And he said flat out, "Look, I watched the whole play."
Who said that?
The ref.
Yeah.
He like texted the league or the whatever and said, "I saw the whole play. I really had no thought that there was any
Malice involved.
malice or anything like that involved.
Yeah. Well,
And
Anderson, was he the
I
ref?
don't know what the ref was, but then the other guy too, the big NFL guy that always weighs in on the replay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mike,
what was his take on
Mike.
it?
That it was.
Yeah,
Mike
I know.
P.
His take was the same thing though. His take was that he did not think. He said maybe a fine, but he did not think it was worthy of a suspension.
Yeah, and if it wasn't Sue, if it's any other player, there's
He's eating Eric's coat. Or
nice throwing it
Sure.
right back where she got it before and having it first side up, so she's got something to snack
I
on all
don't
second.
know.
Just hang it on your fucking seat.
blame the victim, Mike.
I know.
Yeah.
No, speaking of other people chiming in on it, though, what was it? Stafford's, is it his fiance or wife who tweeted about it?
I thought it was his wife, but maybe not. Kelly Hall is her name.
Yeah, I think they're unfianced. You like that?
Yeah.
I don't think they're married yet. I don't know why I know that, but
God, she is hot though. Jesus Christ.
What a shock.
Yeah, how did Stafford pull such a hot girl? I used to see them
No
at the
idea.
restaurant down the street. They'd go in there on rib night on Wednesdays.
yeah, I saw them once at a restaurant. She's tiny,
She is.
you know,
Yeah.
standing next to him.
The second one down, wife takes shot at NFL. God.
No, this isn't gonna be.
Go to TMZ Sports. They've got it. They've got a copy of it. God damn it!
So what's the crux of it? She gets involved. She tweets something like, "Hey, you know,
This is bullshit. If it wasn't Aaron Rodgers, this wouldn't be coming down. I don't know how I feel about this. Usually I want wives of entertainers or athletes.
wags."
To stay the fuck out. Shut up. But for some reason, I think she's kind of funny. She doesn't hold back. This is the second or third time she's done this.
Really?
Yeah. So here's what her tweet said. Thank you. Pretty sure Matthew's leg looks a lot damn worse right now from when he got stepped on / cleated in the same game, but it wasn't Sue, and he's not Aaron Rodgers, so no one would think twice about it. Hashtag NFL bias. Hashtag give me a break. Hashtag Detroit versus everybody.
Nice.
Yeah.
Way to go, Kelly.
There you
Kelly
go.
got it overturned.
Yeah. Do you think she had anything? I doubt she had anything to do with it, but I think it's funny anyways.
Yeah.
Do you think if that was Gab tweeting about like if people took shots at you for an opinion you gave here and
Yeah,
then
I'd
there
be
was
like, don't do that.
yeah
But if she was defending you, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
agreed. If
You know?
Beth was defending you, totally.
Yeah.
That's funny you say
If
that.
Kelly was jumping up, oh, don't Matthew, don't stump. You know, the whole
Yeah.
thing was about him. Then I think you'd be like, please don't do that.
Yeah. That's a great point because if Beth went to bat for you, I'd be like, go get him. But don't. That's weird how guys feel like that. Like, how do you?
I got this.
Yeah.
Sure, relax.
Because it does have that feeling of your girl is fighting your battles or
Yeah.
something.
Or like you went home and cried to your girl.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'll handle this.
Don't say another word.
You're like,
Matthew.
no, don't do that. tweet.
NFL bias. NFL
Yeah.
Detroit versus everybody. No, it's funny though. I found it funny. A lot of people are like, I saw some comments. People are just like, "Shut up, twat."
Jeez.
They're just brutal. Shut up, skank.
I don't know, man.
You know what? I don't hate it because I think you're right. At least she's not just going at Stafford. She's really kind of going more for defending Sue. But it is like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's
Well, she does sort of have a unique perspective, you know. I mean,
Mhm.
she's sitting there looking at his leg, going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
You know.
I get that. I just think it's more and more. I think about this concept of tweeting.
But
and
dude, that's
celebrities
the world
tweeting,
now.
like,
We just had, that's the
It
new,
is.
It's the new world.
You put your
Yeah.
thought out there every little second. You have to put the Lions player. What's the Lions player that when we talked about that a few weeks ago, where he's found out his girlfriend cheating on him or something, and he tweets out at midnight,
For you.
yeah, have fun with
Yeah,
her,
that's
thought she was loyal, hashtag,
Yeah.
Hashtag
skank
not
or whatever.
loyal.
Right. Hashtag skank.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he had to pull it back. Like maybe she didn't cheat. Okay, sorry. Hashtag sorry. Hashtag I'm a dick.
It's just like, yeah, you're right. It is the world you live in, but man, you still could.
Still though, I can't imagine doing it. I
Yeah.
can't imagine. Not that you're airing dirty laundry, but I can't imagine a scenario where I would like
Well,
get upset.
you're naturally more private though. You just don't
But
that's
tend to
true.
kind of go
That's
like,
true.
oh, I want to talk about this. I want to let everybody know this.
But
It's
you know
not-
what though, Jay?
Yeah,
I'm not.
that's true.
And I tweet and Facebook stuff all the time, but I've never, ever since the beginning of my social networking, been the concept of like, oh, some people at work just pissing me off today, or or whatever, and just the kind of stuff
Yeah,
like this.
a little too much information, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's all, to me, it's just positive, more positives. I don't know, or funny stuff or positive, but the concept of like you're airing dirty laundry like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, at least Sue gets to play. I guess at the end, that's great. They won't be able to look back if they lose and go, oh, it was because
Totally, yeah.
Sue
What if?
wasn't
Yeah,
there.
right.
That would have sucked.
Yeah.
If it was a close game and you go, God, if we just had, your best defensive player in the middle of the field. I mean, especially with a running back like DeMarco Murray, that's going to be a tough enough job for that team.
Oh, by the way, now my stand can still.
Yeah, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back on. Remember, I guaranteed the win on Sunday.
Guaranteed to win. Then he,
Yeah.
oh no, Sue's out. They're done.
I'm back on.
Are
We're
you?
winning?
So you've done a lot of cross-referencing. You
Nope.
read up on
It's
Dallas.
always on Sue being overturned.
Oh, okay. So
They're in.
So you haven't elaborated on all the extensive research you've done on the Cowboys
No,
squad
I haven't
this
done
year.
any game film. I haven't watched.
You didn't break down any film? No?
I didn't go to the
All right.
stats.
Good.
Just
I
a
just want to
feeling.
make sure you were expert on this.
Just
to
a
give you
feeling
opinion.
he has as a homer.
I guarantee it. Hey, well, I'll see what happens when they win, and I predicted that.
Okay.
But who
I
will be
guessed
laughing-
right. I guessed right.
Who
Yeah.
will be laughing then, Jay?
Yeah.
Me.
We could literally flip a coin right now and just be like, heads they win, tails they lose.
Totally.
Yeah,
It would mean the exact same thing.
Well, nonetheless.
Ugh.
Hey, Zot Ford wants to let you know that they are open tonight, New Year's Eve. They're open from 9 a.m. today till 6 p.m. So you got time to go see them. They're also open on Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And they are having a year-end blowout sale that only happens once a year, and they won't have deals again like this until next December. They can get you out of your lease early. They can even get you out of your trade. If you owe more than it's worth, it's no problem. They'll give every Detroit Cast listener, family, and friends discount through the end of the year, which is huge. They will hook you up for the holidays, no matter what your circumstances are. So hurry. The deals end January 2nd.
Nice.
Izzy.
I know you can hear Izzy chomping on a nylon bone. Are you working today?
Yeah.
You are?
Oh, yeah. I'm at work right now, I think. If you're listening,
If everything goes right.
right. Assuming things go how they should, and I don't die last night, you can come see me right now.
I think Beth and I are coming by in the morning.
Are you?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
She was by there today. She's buying a car.
Is she?
Yeah,
No,
as
that
an
defense-
assistant.
That defense was strong this year, right? Buffalo's.
Yeah, and
Well,
I think he's a good coach too. I wouldn't be.
No, what you got to watch for is someone pilfering the Lions defensive coordinator. You know, he's
Yeah.
the top minority candidate, probably.
Yeah.
Is it Terrell Austin? Says his name.
I don't know his
Yeah.
name, but you're right about. I know you're right
How
about
can
that.
none of the three of us know his name?
I don't know.
I
don't
think
know.
that's his name,
I
and,
don't
I,
know.
and I'm not even a fan. Come on,
Yeah.
you fuckers! You're wearing one of their sweatshirts.
I know it looks nice.
It does look nice. I love that old long lion logo. You know,
Yeah, with the
the
stripes.
slender lion. It's nice.
Yeah,
It's nice.
it is. I know. That's why I bought it. Hi, Izzy.
Yeah, you were right, Terrell Austin.
Yeah, Terrell Austin.
Yeah, I knew you were right. That's why I just left it where it
Okay.
was.
No, but you know, if you're a Michigan fan, you got to love it. It's the top. It was your top priority. Go get Harbaugh, and you did it, and you did it for cheaper than what was reported.
Yeah,
5 years,
35
35,
million.
wasn't it?
2
6
million
for 8 or 48?
Yeah, that's what they said. 8 million a year. So, but there's a lot of incentives and
Bonuses
bonuses
and
in there that probably make it that
Can hike it to
48. Yeah.
Go get yourself a quarterback, which I'm sure you'll be able to do now, and I think you got something going.
Yeah.
Problem with that team is they've floundered around with these athletes at quarterbacks for the
Yeah.
last 10 years and just don't have a pocket passer, and that's what they need.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They need people that can hang on to the ball too.
Yeah. How many times you see Devin Gardner just fumble, just
Yeah.
scrambling around, and
Or Funchess dropping passes. I mean, they've just been
Funchess is gone, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Funchess declared. Yep. So he's saying all the Michigan things. Michigan.
Did you listen to his press
This is
conference or
Michigan.
no?
No. I read about it.
He
but-
was slapping it up, or what? Not slapping up. Just making the room go crazy. or
Oh,
whatever.
he does that.
Dude,
His press conferences in San Francisco, like I'd watch him on the Bay Area,
Yeah.
Comcast Bay Area
God, you're a
network.
dork.
Yeah. And every Monday at like 1:00, he would have his press conference.
You are such a dork.
I know. I'm a fan,
Mhm.
whatever. But he was hilarious.
Dude, it was great.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's funny. Reporters will love him because he's just a funny dude. He
Yeah.
is. He's quick. He's funny. And yeah, people will like him around here. But they know him around here. He called this a fulfillment of a lifetime dream. Top to bottom, Michigan is about excellence. This is Michigan, okay? It's about greatness, and you have my pledge that I will carry forward the tradition of excellence of the University of Michigan football program.
What's he gonna say though? I mean,
There are no turnarounds at Michigan. This is greatness.
that was the big one. That one was the kind of like I noticed a few people on the radio really questioning that
Kind of
call.
groan. Ugh.
Like, really?
Sparty fan. I can just hear Sparty fans going, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
You're another university. There's a million of them. You're all the same.
Are you surprised that a dude would come back out of the NFL, back to the recruiting grind and all that? I mean, it's all personal preference. So who knows? Maybe his family wanted to be in the area. There's all sorts of factors that go into a decision like that. But it just seems like fundamentally, once you hit that NFL, you'd want to stay there and not go back to that 24/7 grind of recruiting these kids, begging them to come to your school.
Yeah, but Harbaugh is a super rah-rah guy. And when you jump to the NFL, it's the rah-rah days are over.
Yeah.
It's a business.
Yeah.
And there's
These guys aren't gonna be
multi-million dollar.
motivated by that shit.
No, they're not. And they were for 3 years. They bought in and all that. And I think the players, if you watch that last 49er game, the players still bought in. They fought their asses off and played hard for him. They gave him a game ball. I mean, that team did not quit on him.
Well,
You'll read lots of reports that the team quit on him. No, the owner fucking quit on him.
What would have happened if he had won that Super? I mean, he took him to the Super Bowl, and it wasn't.
And they
even
were a play away.
Right.
They were a play away.
I
They were a
know.
play away from going to another Super Bowl.
And this year, like you said, I mean, I don't know the Niners like you do, but I mean, devastated with injuries. It wasn't like he had 1 year subpar a little bit.
That's clearly personality.
Yeah, it was personality.
Right. Oh, I
That's all
know.
it was. It had nothing
That's
to do with his record. He was 44-19-1. I mean,
I would be pissed if the Lions did that to me. Like, honestly, if I were a
Yeah.
49ers fan, I'd be pissed.
yeah, and they are pissed because they know how hard it is. It's just not easy to fill a coaching spot and make magic. It just doesn't happen like that.
Not a good one.
So he'll come to Michigan and people will follow this guy. They'll run through a wall for him. His recruit. I mean, who wouldn't want to go play for Coach Harbaugh?
Yeah.
It's the greatest move Michigan could have made.
Yeah, it's huge.
They'll get a quarterback. I mean, he knows how to what it takes to get to the next level. He'll have that tool in his belt. The only thing I would worry about if I was a Michigan fan is at some point he hasn't won the ultimate prize.
Yeah, it's
in
gonna
that
be sort of a
sport.
Saban type thing. When's he going to leave, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I thought you were going to
He's
say.
super
Yeah.
competitive. He's super competitive.
Yeah.
He hates losing. He rubs people the wrong way. He'll rub people the wrong way in the building. It's just the way he is.
Well, in that
people
environment,
didn't
too,
like him.
There's so many cooks in the kitchen at a university like that in terms of boosters and
Yeah.
people who want their say to have some weight. And so
Mhm.
that'll be interesting to see how he navigates that. He'll get a grace period where they step back and they're all
Yeah.
happy with him. But if they hit some turmoil,
They'll be thrilled with him unless they don't win.
yeah.
Well, and
Then all of a sudden the whole
Yeah.
Michigan does it different, and he's our guy. He's a
Yeah.
Michigan man. None of that shit matters if you don't win.
You're
You
right.
got to win now.
It matters for a year or two, and then it'll start to fade.
Well, how many years?
Just like Rich Rod, just like Brady Hoke,
Yeah.
all the rest.
How many years is it going to be too? You already said it, but before we start hearing next year we might not hear it, but then 2 years, is he going to the NFL?
Yeah.
Is he going to the NFL? NFL teams are going to start.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's going to be.
I was
every year.
saying that when he went to the 49ers.
Right.
Like, how long is he, his track record? Now, I can't blame him for that. He's at San Diego. He's at Stanford, and he did amazing things to turn those programs around. When he got to the NFL, it was like that draw to Michigan was always there. In the back of my mind, it was like at some point.
Didn't
Who
he dog
knows?
him somehow a few years ago when he was at Stanford? Like he commented about their academic
Yes.
record or
Who,
something.
Michigan's?
Yeah.
Yes.
Harbaugh said something to the effect of, hey, we've got academic standards here that we have to deal with. And he made a direct attack on Michigan. I forget how it exactly went.
Well,
I don't know. Yeah,
he
you're right.
wanted to go there and coach, and they turned him down at one point, right?
Really? Okay. I don't know.
I think it was in, what year was it? 2000 something.
Probably
I thought
before Rich Rod.
where he was interested in coming in, and he wanted
Maybe
to
he was
like,
a little junior at that point. For
he
them.
was.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so
here's the deal overall, and I usually don't look at it this way, but it really is good for the league, particularly in the landscape you're in now, where the 4 teams make the playoffs, and Ohio State barely squeaked in because they didn't have the respect, basically because they beat up on what was considered a poor league.
yeah,
So you up the level of the whole league, and it's a better thing.
yeah,
Problem is, if you have more than one loss, you're probably not getting into that tight knit group of playoff teams anyway. And if you have the Ohio State, Michigan really pounding, Wisconsin rises up, and then you're pounding each other, and everybody ends up with a couple losses, then nationally you're not considered strong. So
which I've
it's
never
tough.
cared about Big Ten titles. I mean, if you win a Big Ten title, you'll be in the national discussion. So
Yeah.
it just doesn't to me. It's like at that level,
kind of
it's
empty.
It's totally empty. It's like, oh, we won a Big Ten title. Yeah, great. So you're better than 9 other or 13 other teams. Who cares?
That weird to say now.
Yeah,
Big Ten.
yeah.
Let's get off of sports. I'm sick
yeah.
of talking sports.
I know. But
So,
it's a good move for them. Anyways.
So I'm looking at E's Thursday and Friday shows here.
All right. What do you see? Anything stand out to you? E looks nervous. You look nervous, E. I got to be honest.
Some of these I don't even remember or know what he's referring to. So I can't.
Yeah.
Lady tugs on kids' balls. No
idea what
I mean,
that is.
it would sound
Do you want me to-
self-explanatory. I do not remember a chick tugging on a kid's balls.
Do you want me to explain it all or no?
Just give me a hint.
It's there was a
Was it
mom.
old or?
No, it was like a mom and her kid.
And she tugged on his balls?
Punishment. Tugged on his nutsack.
I
remember that
vaguely
at
remember
all.
that.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
I don't have. I mean, I can change shit. I guess.
Old bag
Stand
talk
your
to
ground.
Pope. Don't remember
the
that.
old couple that talked to the Pope about sex.
Oh yeah. Okay. Remember them.
No.
Okay.
What is her name? I can't remember the girl's name now.
14-year-old in penalty box doing something.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Hammering away. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. There's some decent stuff on here.
Who was the guy that I saw? Some guy on maybe Facebook or one of those. It was like, I was hoping he'd put the Smith kids in there.
Willow. Oh, the Willow and.
Oh, is that what it was? I didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah. Shit, I didn't.
I didn't know what it was.
The Ben Franklin squatter. Remember that lady? She looked like Ben Franklin. She wouldn't leave. She's their nanny, and they fired her ass.
Oh,
and she
yeah.
went to her bedroom and just shut the door.
Yeah, and they were
she
putting
demanded
cat
food.
food.
Yeah,
Or dog food.
What
Down.
ugh.
Did Ronnie and Donnie make the cut?
Ronnie and Donnie from yesterday.
Yeah, from
No.
yesterday. They didn't.
No.
Not
Dude.
doing stuff so recent. That's probably good.
There's some stuff in here that's real.
The best stuff. Hey, on Monday we talked about.
There is stuff that's from December in here though. But I mean, I think I really tried to have both of them have a few from like
It looks like
everything from below 200, and then there, like I said, there are some from this month though, but there are also some from like 95.
Let me ask you this: is this the chick or is this the emailer? Or
The actual call.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's not been on any of the things so far.
yeah, I
don't
might
know
not
if-
do that one.
What is it?
I would replace that with the email version of that subject.
Let me see.
Pull it from the one where Mike wasn't here. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to do one where I'm not even here?
Yeah, Mike's not in this one. Yeah.
I'm sitting this one out. I'm on the
Yeah.
sideline. I've been suspended.
Okay.
Since
It's
you haven't
suspended
listened
for
to
him.
any of those episodes, maybe you'll hear part of one and a best of.
I was thinking about Ronnie and Donnie again today.
Yeah.
And what would happen?
Our conjoined friends.
Our conjoined twin friends, Galen, was it? Galen?
Yes.
Now we know that Ron is kind of just hanging off Don,
Yeah.
but they've got their own set of legs. They've got their own set of arms.
Share a rectum.
They share a rectum. They share
Lower digestive tract.
Yes. And Donnie wields the one panus they have.
The one wand. Yes.
What would happen if Donnie like lost his shit and murdered someone?
Yeah. You can't take away Donnie's freedom or Ronnie's freedom.
Yeah. Like
Wow. That would be that would be an interesting case, Mike.
what would you do? All right. If you and Todd were in this position,
Fuck,
you and Chet,
think about that. How do you punish poor God? I got him mixed up. Ron.
But couldn't you argue
Donnie's
that-
wielding the
wait,
dong, so I'm assuming he's the
Okay.
shooter.
The only way.
Ron's pretty much a passenger.
He is.
Well, wait a minute. Are you saying that it's a last? Because you could argue that unless it is flat out a last second decision, wouldn't he be there for any of the process? Like he'd be in a
Yeah, but what if he's going, don't do it, Donnie, don't do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
he's
you
trying
know,
to stop him. He's trying to grab the gun out
No,
of his
exactly.
hand.
But I'm
Exactly.
talking like when he bought the gun and when they went and did all this stuff, like he knows all this stuff
Yeah,
is going
Ron.
on.
Why don't you pipe up a little sooner?
like, I mean,
no, if
A
it
little
just
late
like
now, Ron.
while Ron's sleeping, he kind of carries him off and
But-
picks up a gun and then sees some random on the street and just boom,
Yeah.
No, wait a minute.
shoots him in the face.
No,
Then they're like,
just a
we're
random
throwing you,
person.
Donnie, in
Random
jail.
person.
Donnie, you're committed to jail.
Yeah,
You are
this was
sentenced to
premeditated.
25 years in jail.
Yeah.
And Ron's just hanging there going, what
Dude.
about me?
What about me? What if would because I know you would call the cops on me if I committed murder.
Would I call it on my conjoined twin? Wow.
Do you imagine?
No, that
You'd have to wait till Don fell asleep.
damn, dude.
How could there be? I don't understand how there.
Excuse me,
wait a minute.
officer.
How could there be a scenario?
How are
where-
you not understanding?
911.
No, I get it. But
What's
where?
your emergency?
Excuse me, officer.
Yeah, what's your emergency?
My brother Don shot somebody.
Do you know where the perp is now?
He's conjoined to my belly.
Does he still have the weapon? When was the last time
No.
you saw the perp? Did you get a good look at him?
We share a rectum.
Would you be able to identify him if you saw him in a lineup?
I'm looking right at him, but I gotta be quiet.
Responders are on the way. Hang tight, Ronnie.
Will do.
Dude,
And
Well,
Donnie's
I'm-
in.
why
I'm-
don't you follow any?
I'm saying that there's very few situations where people kill somebody. Like the only way to me that he could kill somebody and have the brother not have any prior knowledge
Knock
would be
him
like,
out first.
like he just driving the car or something, and he just
Oh,
decides,
like they're driving cars.
I don't know.
You got basically your brother in your lap facing
But
him.
I'm just saying, how could there be any situation where he could be considered an accomplice because he would realize that he's been talking or he's been pissed at someone from work or he bought this gun and he has anger
He
issues?
can do it without. I'm getting them confused now. Ron's hanging off.
Ron's hanging off.
All right.
Donnie's
Donnie's
got
in
the
control.
dong.
All right.
Yeah, Donnie's
Donnie
in control
Dong.
of the
Donnie
dong.
Dong. All right. So I'm just picturing a scenario where Donnie just, something heated happens with somebody else and it's a spur of the moment deal. And,
Okay.
And yeah, he pulls out of his holster. Of course, he's packing, right?
Right.
Donnie pulls it
He's
out,
got
shoots.
a CCW.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think
does
he-
Ron. So does
I don't know
Ron.
if they both-
Yeah, they got them
Do
together.
they have to do?
I got your back. You got mine.
If they went to a
I got your face. You
CCW,
got mine.
would they both have to pass the class? I guess, right? They both have to take the class.
If they're both shooting, I mean, Donnie's the trigger man in this
Well, no,
scenario.
but if,
Yeah. What if one doesn't pass? Yeah. There's all kinds of dude.
Could you imagine seeing the surveillance video of that? It's not me, officer. I'm being framed. You got the wrong man.
Dude, what would you do? Really? That would be the most interesting legal case ever. How do you take away Ron's freedom in that scenario?
No. Would you be able to? I'd love to get, I wish we had a lawyer here. I would love to get a criminal attorney,
dude,
specializes in that.
You couldn't. How could you sentence Ron? If Ron truly didn't have anything to do with it, how could you sentence Ron? How could you take away his liberty?
What would you do?
I mean, they split a rectum. You can't separate them.
So they can't separate them anymore complete, right? That's the deal? They cannot separate them anymore? Yeah, then how could you? Can they just get away with murder then?
I don't know. I wish a conjoined twin would murder someone so we could see how this plays out. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I still want to know about the penis and whether they feel anything, whether they both feel something if they have sex.
Well, find their number.
Yeah.
Just keep digging and we'll call them and ask. God damn.
Yeah. Anyway, I digress. I didn't mean to get off on a tangent there. And
that's a great question.
Yeah, it's all I was thinking about. I was like, every time it was like thinking in circles. It was like, well, yeah, you'd have to put Don in prison. But fuck, poor Ron. I mean, what does he got to do with this?
You couldn't do it to Ron.
Yeah. What if Don was just a psychopath?
Ron's rights would trump Don's sentence there, I think.
Seriously?
Yeah, I think that the idea that Ron deserved to be free would trump that, and they'd go to some lesser sentence, they'd tether or do something,
But that's tethering Ron. Ron didn't do anything.
I know.
He had nothing to do with this.
What would happen?
They do share lower extremities, right? Or do they have two legs each?
They have two legs each. They have 4 legs.
Well, you could tether Don then.
Yeah,
tether part of the octopus.
Yeah, but then you're restricting the freedom of Ron, because if he's like, "Hey, fuck you, pal, I'm out of here," like he can't just like walk off on his own. He needs Don to get him going. So if he wants to go to the store, yeah,
Ron's in a pickle.
This is a conundrum. This is quite a pickle. I don't know. Anyway, hey, the Air Asia flight that went down
found some wreckage in relatively shallow water, right?
They keep saying that, which bothers me. It's 10 stories deep.
Yeah, but dude,
I know it could be miles deep,
that's
but
relatively shallow.
Yeah, they saw an outline of the plane from above.
That's no problem to recover shit from 100 feet.
Yeah, I know, but it still seems like 100 feet is hardly shallow water. I think of a sandbar as shallow water, not 100 feet. Like, I don't know. But anyway, they see people floating, like 3 people. Yeah. The items were spotted near the site where traffic control lost contact with the plane. And that's where the objects were found. The bodies were not wearing life jackets. The worst part is the relatives that
they weren't wearing life jackets. Well, did they really say that?
Yes. They weren't wearing clothes either, by the way.
We're wearing life
they were
jackets. Their plane crashed into the water.
I know, but
I
guess, didn't crash in a millisecond. I mean,
do you think as you're crashing, there's a moment where you said they were nude?
They were nude.
Clearly, their clothes got ripped off as they're coming down from 20,000 feet. Or
maybe
whatever.
They were having a giant orgy in the plane, knowing they were about to die.
That could be, assuming they weren't. Do you think that there's a millisecond where the plane breaks up and you start to fly out of this thing and your clothes go flying off you and you quickly get like, oh my God, my clothes. And then you realize, that's the least of my worries, really.
Yeah. Would you at some point go, I wonder if anyone else's clothes were ripped off them and
look for
the hot chick in the plane?
The next millisecond, that's what would happen.
Yeah,
you're shaking your head.
That would be tough, man. The relatives who have been camped out at the airport were watching local news feeds when they started showing pictures of bodies floating in the water.
Oh, man.
Which is kind of bullshit. They hadn't told them yet that we found wreckage or whatever. They were watching it, updates on the news, as everybody was. And could you imagine seeing like just this body nude floating in the water?
Because at that point, there had been no sign of wreckage or anything, right? They were holding out hope that, I don't know, hijacked or put her down over on some island. You know? Yeah.
I don't know. Well,
what?
I know it's a long shot.
I don't know if I'd be camping out at the airport.
Yeah.
Like, literally expecting the plane to come.
No, they're not. They're looking for updates. They're not thinking they're going to come back.
Attention.
Yeah, it is funny, you know. It sort of goes along with the roadside memorial thing. How people's reaction to things like that is kind of odd. Like I agree. That's the last place I'd be. You know.
Yeah, me either. I wouldn't want to be there either.
I'd certainly have my phone number given to whoever the representative is, and you know.
Yeah.
Hey,
call me when you find something.
Text us. Presumably, you're going to send out a mass.
Would you really? Would you?
Dude,
really
I wouldn't be camped at the airport. That'd be the last. I don't think I would either.
I wouldn't want to be there either.
And that'd be weird
because you're 99% sure they're dead,
right?
You know,
and you're more than 99% sure.
And you're at an airport, like there's other people still, you know, going on their flights and stuff, and you're just sitting there like
there's nothing. There's no worse place to be.
Yeah,
in an airport.
There's a couple they showed on the news, grandparents on the news, and they're like the wife was saying, the grandma was like, yeah, when I saw the manifesto and saw my daughter's name on there. And then saw my son-in-law's name on there. I didn't say anything to my husband because I didn't want him to freak out and worry too much. And then I saw both my grandkids' names were on there. It's like, fuck, you don't even think about the loss. Like your daughter, your son-in-law, both kids,
family.
like the whole family going on vacation probably at the holidays. Like it's just it's brutal.
What?
It's a few less people you have to make small talk with at Christmas.
Good news out of Asia. Really good news out of Asia.
Out of Indonesia.
Just being reported.
To return those gifts. Maybe buy yourself something you wanted.
Get yourself something nice. Not going to need these anymore.
This is not to mention the life insurance policy payout.
Yes.
I mean, the whole family's gone. It's probably going to go to the parents.
Well, you know, there was one guy in that plane who the family fucking hates. That sucks. That sucks.
More good news.
Yeah. And he was coming home for the holiday, coming home for New Year's, and was like, oh, great. Paul's going to be here in a couple hours. Fuck.
Yeah, the guy.
There goes the fun this year. Can't wait till Paul gets here. And then
that annoying uncle that just, you know, or he's like a hipster or a hippie dude. Like,
yeah, he's normcore.
He's trying to say, you son of a bitch.
Here comes Paul. Who's going to go to the airport and pick up Paul? And it's like they're drawing straws to see which one has to do it.
What if you were about to do it right then? You're kind of like, okay, guys, who's picking him up? Oh, what's that on the news? Oh, whoa.
Oh, he drew the shortest straw. Get to the airport. You got to pick up Uncle Paul.
Hold off on those sticks. Hold off on the straws.
What did you say his flight number was? 85 what?
I'll be damned.
No. Oh, well, this is unfortunate. I just gassed up. I was ready to go off to the airport.
You're right, dude. There's at least a few of those relationships.
Some chick just dying to get divorced from this asshole who's been cheating on her, and he's flying back in. He was probably banging some chick in Indonesia. So
glass is half full.
We're just trying to make some good news somehow out of this. That's all. We're not monsters.
No.
I mean, we didn't wish for the plane to go down. Yes. Thank
Poos. Oh, poos.
Look at the purse. Look at you.
She need to go out.
Let me see your fat belly. No, she should be good. Lay down. Lay down, purse. The CEO of Air Asia, Tony Fernandez, he's been all over the news talking about how deeply sorry, and he's like apologizing his ass off. I'm like, I feel bad for him. So I'm just like, well, what did you have to do with it? You're just the CEO running the company. I mean,
is there possibly a lost in translation situation here? I mean, does it translate to English in a weird way? Perhaps. You know what I mean?
My heart is filled with sadness for all the families involved. Words cannot express how sorry I am.
What's wrong with that, dude?
Nothing. It's not like he crashed it. Or
yeah, but
I don't know. I've seen more comments from him than that.
Yeah.
Where he's just
over
like
the top.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's a nice gesture. It doesn't mean anything, but I guess it's a nice gesture. But
I don't even. Yeah, dude. I know you say this all the time about these thoughts like this, but you're right. The CEO of the company, you know, this person did lose 3 people, 4 or whatever. Who gives a fuck? Are you really sitting there going, well, I hope the CEO is sorry?
Yeah, is apologizing properly, and I hope he deeply feels bad.
Does that make you feel better?
As if he's got anything to do with any of it. He's running a company. It could be any company. I don't know. I guess there's no fault in it. I've just seen him a lot, and they keep going to him like, wow, I can rest easy knowing the CEO feels deeply, deeply sorry about this. He's terribly sorry. His heart is filled with sadness. He's so sorry.
It's just a basic PR move. What do you want him to do?
I know, but I hate the PR moves, I guess is my point.
Maybe one kind of a statement. You don't even have to make it yourself. It could just be a statement saying, hey, we're sorry, whatever. But you're the
Thoughts and prayers are with the family.
Is this thing on? Hey, everybody, this is Tony. I run this shit. Just want to let you know this sucks. My bad. We feel awful about this. And, I hope everyone still has a great holiday. New Year's right around the corner. Everybody, peace out. I feel terrible. So, see ya.
That would have sufficed.
Right. That's how I would have done it. Do you think people would have been upset with me for doing that?
I don't know.
Too strong to end with peace out?
He wouldn't. He's like, no, that's cool.
If it were me and my people and I lost some people, I'd rather have some guy say it like that.
I would too. Is that too cynical of us? Because I would rather have some guy go peace out on his way out and wish me a happy new year and then walk away.
Not. Hey, is there any talk about how old this plane was or how many?
Like 6 years. It's not that old.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. 6 to 8 years old. It's one of the cheaper flights. I don't know that matters. But it's like what would be like a Spirit Air here or something, like one of those where you can get dirt cheap flights. So I don't know. There will be a lot more coming out though, because they'll be able to recover the black boxes and all that stuff.
In the relatively shallow water.
Relatively speaking, yes. 10 stories being shallow, of course. Why don't you jump off 10-story building and see what happens? It's shallow. It's relatively shallow. Even if you're going into a pool, try it.
Well, compared to the deep cavernous space of the ocean.
Cavernous.
I had no idea they could be miles deep. Think about that.
Yeah. So 100
biggest-
feet, relatively shallow.
Relatively
What
shallow.
do they say, Jay? The ocean is the biggest desert on the planet.
So what they say?
Underwater,
Right?
right?
I've not heard that.
You never heard them say
The biggest desert in the planet underwater. I've not.
I sort of kind of think I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
I've never heard that
They
either.
have bigger. There's bigger mountains in the ocean than there is on land.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I have heard that too. New evidence. What?
Desert underwater. I don't know.
I do think that's a true statement, though.
Okay.
We've never heard of it. Izzy, have you ever heard of it? No.
Izzy's a dog.
Seems a little backward, but
Whatever.
okay.
I don't think of water on top of dirt as desert ever,
No,
but
ever.
whatever. He knows. Hey, the new evidence in the Sony hack. The cybersecurity experts, they've got like 12 different groups, these experts in cybersecurity who are all coming out, and they're saying that a former employee helped hack Sony Pictures computer system, and it was not the mastermind of North Korea and Un. Now, this firm is called Norse Corp. They said it has narrowed its list of suspects to a group of 6 people, including at least one Sony vet. I think it was a woman too.
You mean it's looking like this person like started it, or they came in and kind of used her as the weasel?
I don't know.
But they feel like someone from the inside was a weasel on this.
They did some layoffs in May. They laid off some veteran people, which is always tough. And they think they're tying it back to this
Series of layoffs.
And they said that this veteran has the necessary technical background to carry out the attack. The investigation stands in stark contrast to what the FBI found, which they said was North Korea. The president came out and said that. The VP at Norse said he used Sony's leaked human resource documents, cross-referenced the data with communications on hacker chat rooms and its own network of web sensors to determine it was not North Korea behind the hack. When the FBI made this announcement just a few days after the attack was made public, it raised eyebrows in the community because it's hard to do that kind of thing so quickly. It's almost unheard of. All the leads that we did turn up that had a Korean connection turned out to be dead ends. The information found by Norse points to a collaboration between an employee or employees terminated in this restructuring and hackers involved in distributing pirated movies online that have been perused or pursued by Sony. Because remember, at first, this was not about, at first, there was a ransom made.
Yeah.
It wasn't about the interview.
Yeah, there was Annie, a draft of the Annie movie
That got out.
Yeah.
Yep. The Fury. The FBI said that Monday that they're standing by their assessment and that it was North Korea. A lot of malware is kind of like Roomba. It shuffles around the computer network, bumps into furniture, and goes in spirals and looks for things kind of randomly. This was much more like a cruise missile. This malware had specific server addresses, user IDs, passwords, and credentials. It had certificates. This stuff was incredibly targeted. That is a very strong signal that an insider was involved. Errata Securities' Robert Graham also noted that the hacker group Underground shares plenty of code calling the FBI's evidence nonsense. So all these hacker chat rooms are like, whatever, FBI, that's bullshit. While there's plenty of doubt about the findings, cybersecurity experts said, there's a slight chance the feds are. There is slight chance the feds are correct. So I don't know. Now, the FBI, what they're saying is, we've got other information that you don't have, that you're not aware of, and we're not going to share it with you. So that tells us North Korea.
Yeah,
so,
it very well could have been a combination of both, you know?
Yeah.
Like they got wind that there was somebody who would give up some of these codes and things and probably paid a handsome sum for it. And then they used that to weasel in.
Yeah. They said that they were doing stuff. They people that will hack like that can make it look like it's coming from North Korea, which is what they tried to do to make it really look like that. But when you dug, that's what he's talking about when he says all of our Korea things were dead ends.
Okay.
They didn't go anywhere. So anyway, I don't know.
So little Oon's just taking advantage of the situation, really.
I don't know. I don't know what to believe now.
I know. That's
scary to think that the FBI could be dead wrong on that. But in a way, I almost trust the cyber community more.
Yeah,
you know, like people that specialize in that shit all day, that are underground.
Yeah,
and
non-government folks, just people who, no incentive to really lie about it, right? I guess.
Exactly. Now we've got a story here about New York, the police department. They had that meeting today. I don't know how that went with de Blasio
and the union leaders,
the union heads. Yeah. Trying to get some sort of like,
it's like, look, even the cadets are booing me at commencement. Come on, guys. We
got
to do
brother
something
out here.
Yeah.
And they're still like, which I'm glad they're still like, fuck you. You made your bed, you lay in it. You want to side with the protesters and criminals and not back your own men. Fuck you. That's what you're going to get. And I'm all for it. But they've got a virtual work stoppage in New York right now.
I know. You look at these numbers, it really, I mean, they're just not doing their job.
Basically,
they're not doing the little simple stuff, you know, that you would typically do.
Yeah.
And they've been told, you know, you got to take great care. So they're going, you know what? I'm not going to go stop that guy for that traffic violation. Fuck that. I'm not going to put my life on the line for that.
Knowing that upper command doesn't have my back.
Yeah.
If push comes to shove, which is exactly what I would be worried about in that situation. When this first went down, what did we say? Dude, I turned my badge in.
Yeah.
Fuck it. If you don't have my back in these situations, then fuck it. I'm not gonna stick around and play that, or take a week off.
Yeah.
Have them all take a week off. It almost sounds like that's what they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, they're just, these stats show they're just not making contacts with people. You know, they're out.
Yeah.
Out at work, but they're not making those contacts that lead to their arrests and the citations.
They feel totally betrayed by de Blasio and people like that. Eric Holder, the president. Angry union leaders have ordered drastic measures for their members since the two cops were shot, including that 2 units respond to every call. It has helped contribute to a nosedive in low-level policing, with overall arrests down 66% for the week starting December 22nd, when you compare it to the same thing a year ago. Citations for traffic violations fell by 94%, from 10,069 to 587 during that time frame. Summonses for low-level offenses like public drinking and urination also plunged 94%, from 4,831 to 300.
Whoa.
Even parking violations are way down, dropping by 92%, from over 14,600 to 1,240. Drug arrests by cops dropped by 84%, from 382 to 63. It's staggering when you think about that. Think about the lost revenue.
That's what I was going to say. That's a big key too. Losing tons of money off just dumb traffic tickets and shit, assuming people are going to pay them.
Safety concerns were the main reason for the drop-off in police activity, but they say some cops were mounting an undeclared slowdown in protest of his response to the non-indictment, de Blasio's non-indictment of Eric Garner. That is not a slowdown for slowdown's sake. Cops are concerned after the reaction from City Hall on the Garner case about de Blasio not backing them. The PBA has warned its members to put safety first and not make arrests unless absolutely necessary.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those groups where, more so than almost any group in the world, police are going to have each other's backs. They have to. Like, that's just the way that group works. So if their union leaders are going, fuck it, don't make arrests unless absolutely necessary, across the board,
Yeah.
they're going to follow that command.
Very strong sense of brotherhood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Firefighters, police. Yeah.
Yep, totally. Hey, why don't we take a quick timeout, and we'll come back and we'll talk about this little old lady who was arrested.
Oh, what was she up to?
Yeah, we'll see. And then we've got a tranny teen who's no longer with us.
Favorite subject matter.
I know. I love the trannies. I do. And that and other stuff. We've got some other stuff too. We'll do all that next on the Detroit Cast.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right. Welcome back to the Detroit Cast on a Wednesday. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. And a few more things to get to. This is something, Jay, I know I put you in a corner with dogs. I know you'd murder dogs if you could. If you didn't think people would look at you funny for it. That's how much you can't stand dogs. But cats, I think you like cats, right?
I do like cats.
As a rule, you're fond of them?
Yeah. I land on the fond side.
Yeah. Well, we've got an 85-year-old woman in Waco, Texas. She's been arrested by local law enforcement after being caught on film kidnapping one of her neighbor's cats. And that would be bad, except she's then accused of making fur coats out of them.
Dude.
Yeah.
And we have a picture of the fur coat.
Yeah. It's estimated that she used over 30 cats to make one single fur coat, and over 20 fur coats were found in her house during the arrest.
Check her out, though. This lady has sort of a white afro, blue eyeshadow. Man. They say that she could get up to 18 months in jail. Is that all? She's murdered 30 cats?
30 cats
just
per
to make
coat.
one coat, yeah.
And
God.
they found 20 fur coats. So what is that, 600 cats?
Oh my God.
God damn it, E.
Sorry, dude. I didn't think that fucking would.
He's playing old episodes over this one.
He's trying to fix the best of errors he made.
600 cats, E. This lady stole and killed.
600 Tonys.
Yeah, fuck her, man.
What do you think? What do you think?
Down to
should happen?
Chinatown?
Yeah. Fuck her. No, that's crazy. 600, dude.
Well, if she's got
Where'd she
20,
get them?
if she's got 20 fur coats that they found, and it takes 30 cats on average to make one of the fur coats,
Although
30 times 20 is 600, right?
yeah, I would say, and dude, you're not gonna get someone who likes cats more than me. I swear to God, you won't. But
Well, big cats. I like big cats more than you.
yeah, no, but I mean like Tony.
Gonna get a Siberian in here sometime.
Okay, well, whatever. But I'm just saying, I would say, dude, there are so many pet population. If somehow
It's not going to put a dent in it.
if somehow like these, as long as these weren't people's cats that she stole, honestly, I'm not trying. Trust me, I love cats, man. But as long as she's,
You feel they're being put to a good use.
if they were freaking,
You're a monster, man.
if they
Look
were,
at this lady. She's obviously mentally ill.
You think?
yeah, clearly.
I mean, do you think she just walks up and pops their heads?
Ugh.
And then what?
Wrings their
skins
neck.
them? Oh,
Like a
it's not
pheasant?
a duck.
Yeah.
I'd rather have. There are, you know what though? There are cats that animals that go in the. I know she didn't do this. I know we know she doesn't. How
She
she
stole
did
the
it.
neighbor's cat. She stole
Yeah.
Tony from the neighbor.
Yeah,
if
she
this
did
is
that-
your neighbor, she would
If
have.
she did that, then I'd fuck her.
You'd fuck her. Why?
No, fuck her. I mean,
600 neighborhood cats, Mike. I mean,
Well-
how did this go down? I wonder,
Everybody's cat in town is missing. How do you steal someone's cat? I don't even think I've seen 600 cats roaming in my life.
kitty.
But cats don't call. They don't come when you call their name.
No, that's the problem. Where'd she get all the cats?
Yeah.
That's the issue here.
Yeah.
There's no way, down your street, maybe a couple houses have cats.
Yeah.
that are out. They have to be outdoor.
And-
My cat is not even outside ever. So it's like,
Right.
you know what I mean. A lot of cats aren't.
And
even
that's
outside.
that's a full white fur coat. Like she had to probably get 30 Siamese cats to make that.
You don't think she died at all?
Oh, maybe.
Like it's all just different.
So that could be a bunch of
patchwork.
Tonys.
It's just a patchwork of, Garfields and Tony, just different
Yeah,
colored cats. God, that's disturbing.
It is so disturbing. What would you
Face-
do with her? She's 85. You throw her in jail and
Yeah,
let her
yep.
die there?
Yeah,
You do?
Her face is pretty disturbing too.
I know,
She looks like Magda from Something About Mary.
dude. That's what I was
Like
trying to think of.
Leatherface,
Yeah,
were you?
yeah. It was the same lady who played the really gross landlord in Kingpin, right?
Oh, yeah. You really jarred something loose there, Tiger. When he's puking in the toilet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. It does look like her, but dude, that's trouble. How
Yeah.
do you come across 600 cats?
How do you decide that you're going to skin them and make a fucking
Put that
jacket out of
aside.
them?
Where do you find 600 cats?
I don't know. A shelter?
No, I mean we called around to shelters trying to find kittens. You know, it took a while.
Well, she doesn't have any interest in kittens. She wants Tonys.
She wants the
She
biggest
wants
cat she can
full-grown
get.
Tonys.
Yeah,
And you're
or
right, E.
monsters.
Those are the ones that people don't want to
Tonys.
adopt. Maybe this is a better end for them.
No,
I
don't
do-
even
no,
side with
I-
them.
no.
Don't even go there.
I do agree. No, look at dude. I love cats, but we'd all know that there are cats that are out in these animal shelters that if they don't get found out by a certain
Who I'm
amount of
sure
time,
would
they,
love to be part of this lady's code.
Well, they die. They kill them though. They kill a
Mhm.
lot of these animals after like a year or whatever the circumstances.
That's
are.
what it is. Probably she probably has an in with the some shelter.
So then, if you were being put down, if you had a terminal disease and you were being put down,
I'm
would
not-
you want someone to cut your face off and use it as a mask?
I'm not a freaking cat though.
I know you're a human, but would you have a problem with that? Would you be like, if someone cut your skin off you and said, "I'm going to make a coat out of E"?
That couldn't be a different scenario.
It's like Silence of the Lambs, man.
Yeah,
because you're
The
no,
I
lotion.
could make a sweet E mask.
no. Your argument is so ridiculous because
I'm just saying, your argument was they're basically in jail and going to be killed anyways. So I said, all right, if you were dying, what do you care? You don't need your skin anymore.
No, these are cat. I'm talking if these are cats that are in shelters, they are just gonna put to death. I'm not a cat. I'm a human.
Well,
When
some
I'm
could
dead,
argue.
you can take my skin.
Well, that's what I mean. You're going to be dead. Would you
When
care
I'm
that-
dead, you can take
Yeah,
my
you're
skin.
dude. You're terminal.
I bet she has an in with a shelter.
She
I
has
bet that's
to.
where she was getting them.
She has.
There's
to.
no way you just come across 600 cats. There's no way you come across 50 cats.
Yeah. 10 would be
Agreed.
a lot.
Yeah.
Agreed. To the astronom file. There's more to this story that we need to hear.
Astronom it is.
It's getting pretty big,
Someone
I
said
guess.
we should go through the astronom file and see how E's doing, checking off the list.
We
Like a
don't-
year-end deal.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that. I mean, there's things in there. They're in there.
Uh-huh.
A lot of updates going on. A lot of dates of upcoming things that we should be aware of.
No.
He's just shoving it into a bag right now. God, into the abyss it goes.
Hey, remember?
Is that astronom? Is that it?
It's here.
Let me see it, dude.
Oh, it's all wet.
Give me
Oh, E, did you spill something on the
yeah, I
astronom file?
quote unquote spilled
It's
something on the
soaked.
astronom file.
The astronom file is soaked.
Red Kool-Aid.
No, that's purple. That's bled.
Yeah. you're right.
E.
All right. The woman who shot her man for being a weak ejaculator may get out on bail. Remember her?
I
There's
do.
a local lady who we tried to call.
Yeah.
Remember that? 2 men throw out $1 million tickets, sue New Jersey Lottery.
Oh, I can't wait for an update on that. What happened with that one, E?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The hot mugshot felon signs with agent for modeling contract.
Yeah. I'd love to know an update on that. Well, what's going on with that one, E? Is there? You got good news for us on that one? How's the modeling contract going?
I don't know.
You don't know on that one? Okay.
The fundraising suspended for scarred girl in KFC incident. I think this was more follow up on what would happen to the grandma. You remember she?
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to get a follow up on that. Well, E, what's going on with that one? How's the grandma doing?
How about the
No, not that
boy
one.
born with a 7-inch tail worshipped as a god?
Yeah.
Look at that little girl. That's so gross.
It is.
Look at it.
Ugh. E, so what's going on with that guy and his tail?
Still further research is needed.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
God
Can't
damn
wait. I
it.
can't wait for an update on that one.
It looks like one of those
I'm gonna be honest. I never thought I would get.
Kegel hot dogs.
Would you rather blow that or the front side of him?
E.
Well, the tail, I guess. Obviously,
You'd want to blow the tail on
I
that
don't
guy?
want
That's
to, but if I had to
disgusting.
make
Can't believe you would blow the kid's tail.
He's 8, dude.
All right. There's very little in this file.
We have definitely given more to the astronom file than that.
There might be.
I can't believe you're touching it.
I know.
there might be some more stuff in here. I don't know. I think I just.
Astronom.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really think that anything was ever gonna come back. So
Let me see. What
The
else?
whole point of the file was to come back to it.
I know. Well, I was hoping that people would forget.
Thought you weren't serious when you told me to do that thing. Just picks and chooses
You remember life at 17, right?
parts.
Parts. We've got a 17-year-old transgender
Okay.
teenage girl,
Girl going to boy.
boy.
Okay. So
It's a boy.
born a boy.
So it's a boy, but wants to be called a girl, has died in what appears to be a suicide, leaving behind a note that blames her parents for not accepting her gender identity isolating
Why are
her.
you saying her?
Yeah, and forcing him to attend faith-based therapy. There's no winning. There's no way out. Born Joshua Alcorn. He was walking along Interstate 71 when he was hit and killed by a semi-truck at 2:30 in the morning. His note. This seems like, dude, you're a year away from being able to just walk out of the house and do anything you want. You've made it to 17. If your parents aren't accepting you or they don't get it, which would be really hard to get as a parent. I'm not a parent, but I can imagine that'd be very hard to understand. If you're reading this, it means that I've committed suicide and obviously failed to delete this post from my queue. Please don't be sad.
My queue.
Yeah, it posted it on Tumblr.
Okay.
So set a timer for it to post. Please don't be sad. It's for the better. The life I would have lived isn't worth living in because I'm transgender. I could go into detail explaining why I feel that way, but this note is probably going to be lengthy. To put it simply, I feel like a girl trapped in a boy's body. I've felt that way since I was 4. I never knew there was a word for that feeling, nor was it possible for a boy to become a girl. So I never told anyone. I just continued to traditionally boyish things. When I was 14, I learned what transgender meant and cried of happiness. After 10 years of confusion, I finally understood who I was. I immediately told my mom, and she reacted extremely negatively, telling me it was a phase, that I would never truly be a girl, that God doesn't make mistakes, that I am wrong. If you're reading this, parents, please don't tell your kids, even if you are Christian or against transgender people, don't ever say that to someone, especially your kid. This won't help anything but make them hate themselves. That's exactly what it did to me. He continues. Mom started taking him to a therapist, Christian-based therapist, who was like, this isn't what God wanted. God didn't make a mistake. So when I was 16, I realized that my parents would never come around and that I would have to wait until I was 18 to start any sort of transitioning treatment, which absolutely broke my heart. The longer you wait, the harder it is to transition. I felt hopeless that I was just going to look like a man in drag for the rest of my life. On my 16th birthday, when I didn't receive consent from my parents to start transitioning, I cried myself to sleep.
Lots of crying going on.
Yeah. The only way I will rest in peace is if one day transgender people aren't treated the way I was. They're treated like humans with valid feelings and human rights. And then his mother. So after he leaves this note,
right,
steps in front of a semi, his mother posted on Facebook, my sweet 16-year-old son, Joshua Ryan Alcorn, went home to heaven this morning. He was out for an early morning walk and was hit by a truck.
Jeez. Out for an early morning.
2:30 in the morning. Talk about denial. Ouch.
My son,
Joshua Alcorn, was just out for a stroll and was hit by a truck.
Why would she? At that point, why even put it on Facebook? Like, if you're just going to be so delusional to it.
People are livid with the mother because she's calling him a boy. Jay, as a parent.
She has every right to call him a boy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But it goes back to kind of where we started today. Again, righty, why are we putting it on Facebook? Stop it.
I mean, I'm telling you one thing. If I had a kid, I don't care any of the situation they died in. I'm not posting it on Facebook that they went out for an early morning run and had an accident. Even if that's what happened.
Was there more to the message? Is that what that was the post?
He went out for an early morning walk and was hit by a truck.
That's just bizarre.
It's so bizarre.
Everybody mourns in different ways, righty?
Yeah, I guess.
How could you read that letter and then make a post like that? Like, you're basically saying you're proving what her point was.
That's a good point. In some sense, like, you're right. Whether you believe that, obviously, I'm not going to even go there. But you're right. If that girl writing that, or boy, or whatever, who cares, wrote that letter.
He's confused.
I'm confused.
You're right, though. Her mom writing that on Facebook.
Does it have a dick and balls?
Yeah,
it does.
It's a boy.
It justifies her thought process. I mean, not justifies her killing herself or
I'm
not
sorry.
waiting.
It seems like a pathetic excuse to do. Like,
I don't know.
Can people really expect that your parents are just going to like think that's normal and cool.
Right.
Like, not to be rude or not sympathetic, but I don't think that's so out of the ordinary that a parent would go, no, my son was born with these parts, especially if you've got this real deep religious base, which you know how I feel about it. But if you do,
would be very hard to accept.
Yeah.
This idea of this young person coming to you, you would
See,
kind
you
of,
know,
you would
Jay,
be,
you know
it's a
what?
phase. It's weird.
You'd want it to be a phase.
Yeah.
Jay, you know,
What?
I gotta ask. This is, and trust me, dude. I don't care about the transgender crap. I think some of it's kind of ridiculous. But he's giving you so many situations where it's like, oh, if you have a boy with 4 legs,
Yeah.
or if you have, and you're just like, well, you got to have them.
Yeah.
And then on this, I feel like then you're just like, well, you can understand why I would not accept it. I mean, that.
Well,
just
he's
seems a
not
little
saying
odd
he'd
to
kill
me.
it.
Yeah. I'm not saying
You'd
I
still have
It
it.
seems
Yeah.
odd to me though.
You just wouldn't, like, if you're,
I would not readily accept one of my sons coming to me saying, I'm actually a girl. No, I
So,
would not. Would I still love him? Yeah, I wouldn't kill him.
you'd love him the same as the other one?
No, a little less.
A little less or a lot less?
Dude,
Just a little bit less. Okay, that's fine. But
no,
if they
there's
came to
nothing
you-
inconsistent in my position.
I think
The fact that I wouldn't abort a kid because he has a third leg.
delete. Delete.
well, then
Dude,
you're-
if they came to you on their 16th birthday
Mhm.
and they don't want a driver's license nearly as much as they want a penis removal surgery, would you sign the consent letter?
No.
Oh, Jay, that's just mean.
Is that me?
It's mean.
It's not giving him
Would
what
they
he
go to
wants.
mom then
I'm
if
not
dad
giving
says
him what
no?
he wants?
She.
Oh, yes.
She's going by Leah now.
No,
Would Gab is that something where you could go, okay, dad's being a dick, but I'm gonna go
no,
to
we'd
mom
be
now?
on the same page.
You
on this.
would? Are you sure?
Yes.
I got a good mind to call Gab and ask her.
I am sure on that one.
All right. I don't know. I'm gonna ask her next time I see her.
Okay.
16th birthday. They just need the consent release.
Sorry.
They've been mowing
Sorry.
lawns for years. Sorry. They've been mowing lawns for summers, saving up money to get that thing lopped off.
Nope. Sorry. Sorry.
So they got to wait 2 more years. You're going to suffer and make them wait 2 more years.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. I see.
I'm going to
Well-
risk that they don't like me,
Yeah.
that they won't be my friend.
As much as I'd like to rag on you, I think I would be the same way. I don't think that. I just know how stupid 16-year-old
Yeah.
kids are. I know how stupid 12-year-old boys are and 18-year-old boys or
Yeah.
girls. They're just, they
Might
are.
be a little buyer's remorse on this one.
Yeah. It just seems like, I don't know. It
But,
seems
yeah.
like, what's wrong with just being gay? I could accept that.
yeah.
Like, if you want to be gay, if that's your thing, not want to be gay, but if you're just born that way and that's what you're attracted to, knock yourself out. But the whole idea of the buyer's remorse could be humongous.
Mhm.
If you cut your junk off and started growing tits and then woke up one day and went, I'm just not feeling this. I thought I was going to feel more. I thought I was going to feel more like a lady. I thought I was really going to enjoy taking a leak like this.
Thumb over a garden hose.
Oh, that's such a gross sound. Disgusting.
What?
That sound.
That's how it's. You ever seen a lady take a whiz?
I haven't. I don't want
Nana.
to.
You ever help Nana to the toilet?
Thumb over the spigot.
No.
Right over the garden hose.
Close the door. I'm taking a leak. Very ladylike of you.
Yeah.
That's very ladylike. I'm idiot taking a leak. Leave me alone.
When I'm done, you can change my moxie pad.
Gross. I don't want to go get a hold of that.
You don't want to get old?
No.
Hey, what's the status of Nana's hair and her hygiene? We haven't talked about that in a while.
Yeah, when
I
was?
don't know. I'm
We
not-
really didn't revisit that.
Oh,
Okay.
when was the last time you went to the hotel? Oh, we hit
I
a
don't
nerve.
I don't want to talk about it.
Recently.
Did you
Oh,
get
no.
the chair? Can you get the fucking chair?
No,
We
we're
understand
not
it can go around your landing.
Yeah,
we're
Fady
not-
Manor
You're full of
landing.
shit. Beth's grandfather
I don't
has one, and they
care.
go
Who
around
gives a
landings.
fuck?
They have seatbelts on
Well,
them.
we don't have it, and we're not gonna get one. I know it. So
All right, keep wasting the Fady fortune.
I bet
by
the
going to
government would
hotels.
even pay for it.
Maybe
Bet it would.
he wants us to move on. He'd rather talk about sucking dicks than this.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? E?
You want to talk about that? We could talk
yeah,
about
we
that.
talk about that.
Yeah, if you want to talk about that, we can talk about that.
Dude, someday we're gonna crack this code about what's going on or what happened to you early in life that makes certain subjects so absolutely
It's
out of
not
the question?
me. I'm telling you, I'm not going to go on to it, but it's not me. Trust me. I am 100% more an open book. Yeah, I need to be.
Finish your thought.
I need to be on my own. When I'm on my own, then I'll become the 100% open book that I've always been.
Well, you're
I'm
not
like,
because
I'm like
you're not
90 right now. It's not
There
me,
are
though.
plenty of chapters that Jay and I have turned to, and
I understand. They're
they're very, very closed. It's a closed book. It's locked. It's locked. We just hit a subject.
Fuck you, dude. It's like, no, it's not, dude.
It is. It's a locked book.
No. You're not even letting me fucking finish. I am an open book because I literally probably only hold out 10% of my fucking life because I get hassled at home about it. So I'm trying to be a little nice to some people at home and not put them in the shit that I'm in. I have no problem sharing every fucking thing about my life.
Yeah.
But right now I don't own anything in my life, so I can't bite the hand that feeds me right now.
Well, the good news is you turn 18 soon, so you'll be able to leave the house.
I can't because I don't have the money to. Okay, I don't have the.
Why?
Fucking
You've
money.
got this sweet job at Zot, paying you a lot. Why don't? I mean,
because I don't know. I was stupid in earlier life. I have credit card debt that I.
That's for future Eric to worry about.
Well, future Eric is dealing with it now, and that future Eric is the reason I can't share my entire life on this microphone. So,
good news out of Franklin. At some point, someday, Eric will be able to open up for real.
I hope so.
I've only seen a sliver.
I hope so, man.
Think what's off limits when you consider what's been revealed.
No.
What must be in there?
We're only
can't be
halfway through the
discussed.
onion. Not even.
Hey, if that's an incentive for some people to want to maybe help out and buy a car at Zod Ford or something, there you go.
All right. Well,
Speaking of Zot Ford, hey, they're open today, New Year's Eve from 9 to 6. And they're also open this Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. They're having their year-end blowout sale that only happens once a year, and they won't have deals again like this till December next year. They can get you out of your lease early. They can get you out of your trade even if you owe more than it's worth. They'll give every Detroit Cast listener the family and friends discount through the end of the year. So if you're a Detroit Cast listener and you don't mind that they employ Big E, Zot Ford will hook you up for the holidays no matter what your circumstances are. Hurry, because the deals like this end January 2nd.
Nice. Hey, have you seen this video of this kid in the dollar store?
No, I saw the story though. I really want to see the video. I see the still shots. Looks pretty grim.
Yeah, you got a little kid in a dollar store, and there's some dude who takes his camera and films it. Is that video not popping up there?
We got here.
Little kid having a tantrum, is it?
Not even. It looks like he doesn't have a parent with him.
What?
I swear.
He's like 6 or something, right?
Yeah. Watch him here. Some black dude's filming him and just laughing.
Dollar store. I'm talking about Jit is going ham in dollar store.
Jit is going ham.
I'm talking about
This is definitely a
Jit is mad. Jit don't got no family.
Can we make it bigger?
Jit say f these. Definitely cereal everywhere. Jit is crazy. We don't know who Jit
He's
is,
just
bro. Jit
chucking
is just
shit
going
off
ham.
the counter.
I ain't caught nothing like this in a while.
It's like a grocery store aisle with just shit all over.
Hey,
the
I'm
floor.
talking about, bro, like Jit.
He's just knocking stuff off the counters, off the
Oh,
shelves.
Jit going, nobody don't know who Jit is, bro. Like,
This guy's just fouling halfway down the aisle.
Jit. Like,
Calling him
Jit is
Jit.
going
He's going
ham in
ham.
we
He's
is
going
on
ham.
we is in dollar store. Hey, Jit going ham, man. Look at this.
What does Jit going ham in the dollar store
You,
mean?
you, that, you gonna lose your life. That ain't doing.
I don't know what jit means. You know what going ham means, right? I don't know about jit, but ham is just going crazy.
The man in the store don't even know what to do.
He tells the kid, "You throw that at me, I'll kill you." The kid put it
Boy,
down.
YouTube, boy, you hear me, boy? I'm on YouTube for real. This Jit need this beat.
Why isn't this
I'm
being
talking
filmed
about-
horizontally?
I don't know. I'd never understand
I'm
that.
telling you, like this Jit going ham, like. Hey,
How far down that aisle would your kid get?
Jit didn't win in the back of the store, dog.
What would you do if that was your kid in the store?
I'd whoop him.
Would
Take
you whoop
home
him?
and whoop him.
The kid goes to the back room of the
He's in the
store.
storeroom pulling shit out.
Mhm.
What's wrong with
Jit
this
tried to
kid?
tell us.
That
That's what I
Jit's
told
going
him,
ham.
man.
Jit is going ham.
That young gentleman is going crazy. He's out of his mind.
He's running.
Running amok.
He has run amok. My goodness. What did this young gentleman do?
Boy, Jit going ham, but they can't stop. He going to jail.
Jit's going ham.
To pay for all this.
My goodness, what did this
For real.
juvenile do?
Boy, Jit done up the stove.
Yeah, Jit fucked up the stove.
Boy, the police.
There goes Jit.
That juvenile has acted out.
Yeah, they're trying to pick up candy, and he just keeps chucking shit off the fucking counters. Oh, Jit! Oh, Jit!
It's so bizarre, man.
Look at him. He's anything he can get his hands on. He's just chucking.
God.
He didn't got time.
He's walking down an aisle, and he's putting his arm in the shelf and just walking, so that shit is just falling down everywhere. Oh, Jit.
He threatens.
He's gonna throw something at this kid, at this guy.
I'm glad you ain't afraid.
Oh.
I ain't eating. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, he picked up Jit. And he's dragging him out of the store.
Finally, someone takes
what I did to
control.
him, he needed that wood.
Yeah, he needs his ass whooped. That's right. Jit needs his ass whooped.
I snatched his up in the stove.
That Jit went ham.
Yeah.
I'd toss him in the middle of the road. That's a wasted life right there. That dude just needs to go. Would you care if anyone deleted Jit?
What is Jit?
I don't know.
E, are you Googling Jit?
Urban Dictionary, Jit, going ham.
Well, I do know going ham. I don't know Jit.
Why is ham crazy?
I don't know. You know, I mean, sayings and whatever, I guess, you know.
No, they usually have an origin.
Okay, I don't know.
That juvenile's gone cray-cray.
Jay just said cray cray. I think
What do we got?
A young motherfucker that don't know shit. Jit did go crazy. Jit, by definition, is a young motherfucker that don't know shit. Jit going crazy.
Jit. Jit's gone ham.
Yeah, ham, I guess. It is pretty much what I said, I guess.
It's a term that originally was a prison slang. Just means someone younger than you. However, it is most often used to refer to young thugs, wannabe thugs, or other punky kids. You wouldn't call a 10-year-old cousin a Jit.
What do you got, E, for ham?
Oh, I thought I did. Maybe. Never mind.
You didn't Google the word ham?
I'm in Urban Dictionary, but I don't.
The word ham?
The definition isn't really.
So you were wrong.
I thought. No,
damn it, E!
I've heard going ham before. I thought
Acronym for hard as a motherfucker. That dude be straight going ham on them fools.
But see, I've heard it too. Well, I guess that's the same thing. I've heard it because I've heard it referred to like going ham on it, like, oh, you got a bunch of Taco Bell, and someone's like, I'm gonna go ham on this Taco Bell or whatever. So I guess that's going hard.
Going hard as a motherfucker.
Going
Going
ballistic
crazy.
on someone, flipping out, fucking something up.
There you
That
go.
nigga went
Jit
ham on that bitch.
Indeed, went ham.
He did. Perfect.
I think that was
explanation.
apropos.
I had to sneeze. Sorry.
I think that was apropos.
It was.
It was very apropos.
That was
Great-
perfect.
Great color commentary by that guy.
And I appreciate that. It seems so simple, that Jit going ham. Like, it sounds better than, boy, this young child is going out of his mind in here.
It's much more efficient.
Very much
That
so.
Jit went ham. That Jit went ham. He said in
That
4
Jit.
words what took us a paragraph.
He said in 4 syllables.
That Jit went ham.
That
right.
Jit went ham. 4 syllables was all he needed. And he
Absolutely
it's the
described
new,
the scene.
What dude do?
Yeah.
It is. What dude do?
That Jit went ham.
That Jit went ham. And I know exactly what
Yeah.
that means now. That little motherfucker thug who don't know shit
Went
Just
hard as a motherfucker and everything around there.
went ballistic and hard as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Jit went ham.
Well put, sir.
I love it. Hey, E, would you do porn
Of course he would.
gay
Yes, he would.
No.
if the money was good enough?
No.
It's a job, dude.
No.
You need
I
no.
would never do gay porn.
Okay. How about a Kickstarter reward that pays?
That wasn't gay porn, though.
Well, it kind of was.
Well-
$20,000 reciprocal and videotaped.
That's literally the definition of gay porn.
Yeah.
No, but
It in fact was going to be gay porn.
No.
Will be gay porn when it happens.
That would just be a sex tape between two adults. That would not be gay porn.
Oh, that wouldn't be shown to anybody.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't get around.
It's but
just
porn,
be private between you and the donor.
In my mind, that's not porn. Is like doing gay porn would mean that I'm actually
like videotaping something in exchange for money.
No.
Videotaping something that would be shown to a bunch of people in exchange for money.
So you're up for gay prostitution then? That's filmed,
just not porn.
Just not what? It's not released on a major label like Vivid or something. So that doesn't.
All right, what's your definition? Go finish.
Gay porn is to me more someone that you're doing it as an actual. Like that was going to be a one-off reward, but it's never going to happen. By the way,
what are these porn actors? What they're on a different level than what you would have been doing.
Yes,
in exchange for $20,000.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
It's good to have bright lines, righty?
Exactly. Fuck you.
California public health officials have issued an alert after finding very strong evidence that an adult film actor became infected with the HIV as a result of unprotected sex on an out-of-state film shoot. I guess this guy was in Nevada because it's illegal now in California to have unprotected sex. Gay porn shoot, and this guy's boo-fooing this dude who recently got the HIV and gave it to this dude.
Dude, I'm reading that there's 2 of them now.
Yeah.
Okay. You said that?
The guy the guy that was in Nevada had the HIV, recently got it.
Okay.
And then this guy caught it from him.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's a little weird. He tested positive for the virus after engaging in unprotected sex with several male actors during 2 separate film shoots. He had tested negative before the shoot, which is always a little weird the way they act. Like, yeah, we test them every month.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay,
but there's gaps.
Great.
There's incubation periods, right?
If he's boo-fooing a guy on Monday and then on Tuesday he boo-foos another guy, he gets tested on Monday.
Right.
He's clean. Tuesday he boo-foos another guy, gets it, and then they don't test him again for another 4 weeks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? E?
Yeah,
that would be a problem.
Occupational hazard.
That's what I think.
Why would not be a porn star?
Like they're flipping out like this is a big deal. To me, occupational hazard.
These actors, these thespians know what they're getting into.
Yeah. Well, you know why they bitch about this? Because the problem is they had like a massive drop in permits. You have to get a permit to shoot a porn, gay or straight, in California, and they went from like 4,000 permits to 30 this year because of the condom rule.
Yeah,
which I've never even heard of. I don't even know what that thing does, but
it was
apparently
LA County.
Don't want it.
They require, the voters required condoms to be used, and so everybody shipped out just like the voters wanted them to do, I guess.
Yeah, the porn industry has fought this ordinance, saying having actors use condoms would interfere with the film's fantasy element by subjecting viewers to real world concerns like pregnancy and sexually transmitted diseases.
Would that affect your porn viewing?
The concept of whether they have condoms or not, I don't get it, to be honest. When I watch porn, I really don't care if they have a condom.
I do.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Because it's fantasy. I don't want to see a rubber in there.
It doesn't bother me. I'm going to be honest. I don't really care either way.
Yeah.
I can't be.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a porn with a rubber, honestly.
Yeah.
I just don't get why people really care that much. I don't care. I cannot imagine people that are watching that amount of porn are really going to be like, oh my God, they're wearing a rubber. Oh, I'm not paying for this. I don't know who pays for porn anymore.
Not you.
No, I don't.
Yeah. To me, it's like you're getting into that business. You know what you're getting into. And if that happens, okay.
Yeah, the testing's a joke, though, just for the reason you just said, you know?
Yeah.
Huge risk.
Totally. We got a woman, and Jay, this is in your wheelhouse as well. She's annoyed. She keeps
Is wheelhouse as well? Is that referring to the
not the gay porn?
Oh, okay.
No. I was talking about the dog killing or the cat killing, or that's what I was referring to.
From like 2 stories ago?
Yeah, or 4 stories ago, whatever it was. Shut up, E. She's tired of people letting their dog shit on her lawn.
I can relate, yeah.
Right? Your wheelhouse.
Throw it in the middle of the street for everybody.
That's what you do. She took a different tact.
Okay.
What she did was she hung this sign up outside of her.
It's kind of long.
It is. And it says, to the person who lets their dog poop on our lawn and doesn't clean it up. And she did the colon.
Okay.
First of all, it's beyond rude. We live here and pay a lot of money to live here, and it's not a toilet. Secondly, if you can't pick up your dog shit, you shouldn't have a dog. And lastly, we are watching you. The next time you let your dog poop on our lawn and don't pick it up, I will personally follow you back to your home, wait until you go inside, pull down my pants, and take a huge dump on your doorstep and on the windshield of your car. Love, Annie.
That went downhill really fast. It was pretty vanilla at the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
Please don't let your dog poop on it, you know? And then it went to taking a dump on a windshield.
Don't you think if I saw that, I would encourage Izzy to shit on this lawn just to see.
Yeah. What's going to come running out of that house at you?
Yeah. What if she's hot or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to know what Annie looks like.
Do you think there's any chance this girl's hot?
I don't know.
Why did you just turn to your computer and start messing with the mouse? Like you're going to
Google
find
Annie?
her? Annie.
Annie.
I know. I was kind of hoping.
Is Annie hot?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, the Google machine is powerful, but come on.
I was hoping maybe in my mind that, I don't know. You're right.
She was hot.
No, that I could see a picture of her.
A picture.
I want to see a picture of her too. I don't blame you for that. Hey, did you see this House Republican Steve Scalise?
Yes, dude.
What do you think of it? Basically, he's number 3 ranking House Republican. He's in a firestorm because of a speech he gave in 2002 to a white supremacist group.
Nice move, Steve.
Well, I have an opinion on this. House Speaker John Boehner said he's got full confidence in this dude as the whip. More than a decade ago, Representative Scalise made an error in judgment. He was right to acknowledge it was wrong and inappropriate. Like many of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle, I know Steve is a man of high integrity, good character. He has my full confidence. He will continue to do great and important work for all Americans. So, and Democrats are all pissed. Nancy Pelosi is like, this is highly troubling, making it some big political thing.
Of course.
The bullshit part about this story is when people are on the campaign trail or trying to get they're
just talking in front of anybody,
right? Who will let them talk.
Yeah.
Like they've got guys like E would book you on stuff. Like if this show gets big enough, people will request interviews and they'll say, we want to talk to Jay. We know he's a lawyer and we'd like to talk to him. And you could do a tour, a radio tour, or a podcast tour, or a TV tour, and they'll book you on 20 shows, and you'll give each one of them 10 minutes. You'll sit down in a room for a few hours, and you'll just go bang, 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 right down the line.
Yeah.
You haven't vetted these shows. You have no idea. You're just trying to get your message out there. He was talking to them about
but this is show business. That's politics where all that really, really matters. And you got to be way more careful than that.
The mayor of Detroit sat in that seat that you're sitting in.
That's got to be, I'm just saying him going around. So he knows that this is okay. You know, he knows that this isn't a white supremacist group that he's talking to. I don't see any. The dude was talking to David Duke's group, right?
Yes,
everybody knows David Duke.
Yeah, David Duke's got a seat in House too, doesn't he? Wasn't he voted into some shit?
I think so, but so everybody knows David Duke.
Yeah, but it wasn't
for him
like
to say he was ignorant to the group. Come on.
No, I think that'd be very easy to do. I think it'd be very, very easy. You've got to rely on the people around you. It's like Obama going, the FBI has made their decision that this was North Korea. Well, Obama didn't sit down and go through all the details of that. He's relying on people to have his back.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're wrong, if they prove that this was an inside job, Obama ends, he's the face of it. He looks like an asshole. But really, it's like, there's so much of this kind of activity that you just have to, you're going with your guys. I mean, would you trust that E would book you on 10 shows and they'd all be, who knows what they'd be? But they're still Americans. Yeah. They need to hear the message too.
No, that's the thing. I'll bet he looked at it as a group of constituents who.
He was nobody at the time.
Yeah.
You're really going to pull shit out from 12 years ago. And it'd be one thing if he said, I support you and your racist views. We need to get the white majority back in control because we are losing it, folks. We're losing. Like if they had audio of him saying something like that, but he's not. He's talking about some bullshit law. He's trying to get through legislation, and he's talking to anybody who will in the voting community who will listen to him.
He wanted their support.
Yeah, but I just don't think for a second he knew anything about these people. Just like people coming on here, it's like the clown group. Like they didn't know who we were. We just called them up and threw them on the air, and then made trouble for them. Right? They didn't know we were anti-clown. They would have no idea.
Did you consider yourself anti-clown?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, God.
Yeah. The only clown I respect is Gacy.
Or the masturbating clown of the Ojibwe tribe.
That's right. That one I do too. I don't know. It seems like this is more of an issue for you. You don't like this behavior.
No, I think he probably knew it was that group and wanted to get their votes. Like, as you said, he was a nobody. He's just trying to drum up support.
Yeah. Well, it'd be one thing if he walked in and they were all wearing sheets on their head. Like at that point, you go, all right, this probably won't be good for what I'm trying to build.
Yeah.
But I can just see how that would happen.
Sort of. Yeah, I can too. But I also know that when you're on a smaller level in the political circles, they're careful to know that they don't just walk into a room and just start going. I mean, they're careful enough.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I think he wanted their support.
Hey, there was one other video I wanted to show you from a man Corrupt. Is that video up there?
Isn't Corrupt Don Sterling's buddy?
Yeah, he is. He knows V.
He was the guy who was on the voicemail where he's just like, yeah,
and shit. Yeah, how you
and
doing?
Don's just going on, right?
So you did it good. Do that too.
Yeah.
Back this up to the beginning. This is Corrupt. He did an interview with, oh God, who did he do it with? Vlad TV. And they asked him about Don Sterling.
The Sterling thing happened. You and V. Staviano were seen together.
That's right.
That's your homie?
That's my killer. Indeed. I know home girl.
Y'all knew each other for a while.
Indeed.
When all this broke,
it's fucking weird. It's awesome.
What was your take on it?
Well, that's why I went to go see her.
Okay.
You know, because I didn't know what was going on. Somebody called me and told me V was in trouble.
He's doing this thing.
See her. On that mess cracked. I had to go check on her. I do that with any of my friends.
Hell yeah.
Make sure she's all right.
She was all right?
Totally. There's a little turmoil going on, you know what I'm saying, with all this bullshit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Were you surprised that Sterling had to sell the team after all that happened?
I mean, hey, you know, Mr. Sterling, I don't have a problem with
he
this
hasn't
guy.
thought
He's
about
a
it at
great
all.
guy, but the thing
He's
is,
a great guy.
You gotta keep your game clean, man. These people are always trying to take somebody down. And look, he's a good man. They took a good man down.
So you don't agree with what happened?
I don't agree at all.
That's my
They
boy
took
Corrupt.
A good man down. So
I love
what?
Corrupt.
What? Man, they took a good man down. He ain't do nothing to nobody, my nigga. He didn't do nothing to anybody.
That's right. You
You
tell
know,
him, Corrupt.
Who did he harm?
Mhm.
What's the crime? Oh, him and his wife had problems?
Well, he was racist.
So the fuck what? Isn't that what it is? Now, another
This
thing.
gets so good.
He's racist. He's saying all these things about niggas and all the rest of that. What the fuck did everybody thought he was before they heard it? They didn't believe an elephant was heavy. They had to see it.
You would think that
What did
someone that owned a, that owned a
what's
company
crazy
with
about
mostly
it?
black
Okay,
people.
so which one of these motherfuckers is white that you think ain't?
Mark
You shake
Cuban.
hands with all these racist motherfuckers. Are you white?
I'm white.
All right. Are you racist?
I don't think so.
You know, I can tell. It's in your eyes. The people you work with. What about your grandparents? I'm just saying, no.
Well, from what I read, it seemed like even
you judge people off their merits and what they do. You don't judge them off their history and that bullshit, man. Look, if you don't like the guy because he's racist, don't work for him, nigga. The fuck you gonna do? Change him? Niggas older than your grandparents. Fuck you gonna change these people?
Well, V. Staviano seemed like she was still with Sterling afterwards because there was some situation.
She don't give a fuck. That's why I went to go talk to her and let her know, man, fuck these people. You and Donald is good, man. Fuck everybody, cuz just do what you do, enjoy yourself, man, and just relax and have a ball. And if you let this guy, he's your homeboy like that, or whatever y'all fucking doing, who gives a fuck?
Amen.
Enjoy yourself. Now the wife is upset. She didn't like the nigga at all from the first fucking place. How you know? Because she was quick to bounce out. Yeah. Marriage is, you're gonna have infidelities in marriage.
Yeah.
And when your wife is really with you, they don't leave.
That's right.
Man, she was so quick to jump on the motherfucking train to Georgia, nigga. It was over. She was just looking for a motherfucking scapegoat.
Right. And a scapegoat.
Okay?
Escape.
Real is real. When you're married, your husband is gonna make mistakes. You might make mistakes.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, don't get married if you can't understand this equation. If your wife or your husband was to fuck around on you, would you stay?
No.
And they say no, or they say, well, I don't know if I would. You're not ready to be married.
That's right.
Married means you're there for life.
That's right. No matter what I do.
When they fuck up, you still stay.
That's right.
Infidelities are going to happen.
You should have never got married.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they have to fix themselves too. Okay?
Yeah.
You got a fucking billionaire nigga and shit. Man, this ain't the only girl he been around. You mad at her? Why? Because it got public? What about the other motherfucking bitches?
Well, you know, I
interviewed that she knew about. But since it didn't kick up so much dust and noise, she couldn't utilize to crack the game.
Corrupt has this all
What about
figured
them?
out. He knows.
Out of all the years they've been married, you think this is the first thing that came in the problem? Get the fuck out of here. Lady, I ain't mad at your game either. I'm telling his wife too. I'm not mad at your game either, because you do what you do. I'm not mad at your game. Okay.
There's no
I
problem.
just know your game.
Such wisdom.
60s.
Wow.
That's my boy, Corrupt. I love Corrupt. I don't know why that woman made me say those hurtful, awful things, but Corrupt gets me. Marriages have infidelities, Jay.
Yeah, it happens.
Marriage is for life. You should know that. If Gab cheats on you, would you stay? Would you stay? Or would you slay the bastards? Lawrence, give me some juice! You know I need juice when I get worked up. Tell him, Corrupt.
I love Corrupt.
That's amazing, man. It's this thing with his lips and his teeth.
Yeah, it's worth
bizarre.
It's worth watching.
You know what you could tell from him just spewing that? Like, those were just the first thoughts he had about that. He never thought about those issues.
No.
Like, well, what do you think about it? Just bleh.
Whatever came to his mind, it was like, here it is. Oh, I love it.
Inconsistencies, everything. Just bleh.
How many people do you think believe that? Like, in a marriage, you're going to have your infidelities. If you can't deal with that, then you're not ready to be married. Do you think that would float with Gab?
No.
Maybe you have an issue with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any good email today?
Got some email, my friend. Let's see here. All right. We've got, Laura wrote in. She says, keep singing, Mike and Jay. I was listening to the Detroit cast while on a train headed home for the holidays when you broke out singing Air Supply.
Air Supply. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. We were singing that together. I don't even think the song was on, was it?
I think we got it up, and it had a bunch of words I didn't know.
Yeah.
I think that's all I know is I'm all out of love, and then it goes
so
into,
lost without you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I burst out laughing and had to explain myself to the stiff shirt beside me.
Ooh. Yeah.
Sorry, Laura. I printed out the wrong fucking thing here, so just give me a second. Here we go.
Are these the ones you're looking for?
No. Guys, This is Curtis. He had his reward lunch with Big E today, and it was definitely worth the money.
Oh, I guarantee it was.
Was unable to score any link. The best of shows talking about lawyers brought back the memory of a lawsuit. This is interesting that he was involved in. In 1984, I was in a minor car accident that both parties drove away from. In 1987, so 3 years later, along with my parents who owned the car, we received a notice that we were being sued for $500,000 by a lawyer who had a full-page ad in the Yellow Pages and billboards in downtown Flint.
Oh, which means when it hurt, I sue big.
Yeah. One of the claims by the wife was loss of consortium. During the deposition, the lawyer provided...
What does that mean?
It means that if a husband is hurt, the wife sues for loss of consortium. Like, hey, given the injury that you caused my husband, I was injured as well.
Oh,
and
God.
Part of it is sexual.
Really?
I mean, it's their relationship. It's the loss of the relationship.
Okay.
And I've actually had cases like this where the woman does this and you go, okay, well, how was your relationship hurt? And you go into everything,
just
from masturbation to, everything's on the table. It opens the door to everything. Like, so, before this accident, then you didn't masturbate at all. You're saying that you engaged in Congress with your husband only. Okay. How many times a week? And you go through the whole thing. And there's this old, like 68-year-old lady just staring at you. Okay. So now afterwards, so to the extent you are engaging in Congress, it's self, stimulation then. Okay.
What about anal? Could you?
No, you could. I never went anal, but
you should have.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing is, it opens the door to it. And that's his point is he said the lawyer provided by her insurance carrier noticed that the wife was pregnant. He asked her who impregnated her if she had a loss of consortium with her husband. So in other words, if her husband's so injured, well, how'd you get pregnant?
Yeah.
This turned into a fight between the two lawyers that ended up with ours calling the other lawyer a cheap night school hack. The lawsuit was soon amended not to include the loss of consortium. So they cut that out.
Wow.
And was finally settled a year later for a small fraction of the original amount. And then he says, Jay, you might know the lawyer. And he names the lawyer. And indeed, I do know the lawyer.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Is he a night school hack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Bottom feeder.
He's out there for sure.
Yeah.
See him a lot. Noel writes in, and this is sort of like, he's trying to be respectful here, but he's calling somebody out. He says, salutations, gentlemen. I do not wish to defame anyone, but Tom wrote in about his sister coming across the name Shithead. And we're just hearing about the name. Right. Shatheed, was it? Shatheed. And we're just hearing about the name ABCDE.
Yeah.
Absudi in the news. But this is a Lewis Black bit from a live comedy show. It's very possible that this happened more than once, or it is the same instance. But I heard this at least 2 years ago, maybe more. He's talking about the Shatheed. Mm-hmm. Either way, the clip is just over 2 minutes. Hilarious. Blah, 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 blah. So he's calling this guy out.
Really?
Yeah. Did one of our listeners just pilfer a Lewis Black bit?
It could be.
My God, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't bode well.
I don't know.
Fuck.
How was your lunchy?
It was good.
What'd you order?
Fish sandwich.
Fish sandwich.
Like a flavored fish sandwich, I guess.
Where'd you go? McDonald's?
I don't remember the name of the place already.
Culliver's?
No.
Long John Silver's?
No, you son of a bitch. No,
was it nice?
It was nice a nice place. No, it was a nice place. I don't remember. I don't remember the name already. It was in, I don't know.
You don't remember the listener's name?
No, Curtis.
Okay.
No, he's talking about the place we went to. I don't remember the name.
How was it? Why was it worth his money?
I don't know.
Hold on. How can you not remember the name? He said, "Meet me here," right?
Yeah.
Or did you drive in together?
No,
you met him there. He said, "Meet me at."
Yeah.
Fill in the blank. This was.
It wasn't like, dude. This is not here. I can look it up. This was not like though a chain restaurant. It wasn't an Applebee's or something like that.
Where was it? What city?
I don't even remember. Moose Preserve.
Moose Preserve
on Woodward.
Yeah.
You couldn't remember the Moose Preserve?
No.
It's a pretty big restaurant.
Is it?
Had you ever been there?
No. Never heard of it before.
Jay and I were just there.
Were you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Just the other day.
Oh.
It's a pretty famous restaurant.
Oh.
The Moose Preserve.
Oh, well. What are you going to do?
Hey,
so what did you say during the lunch that made this guy think that it was an outstanding lunch?
I don't know.
Worth the money.
I don't know.
Did he have questions about the show or?
I don't really remember.
What the hell happened, E?
Did he club you?
We sat down, we ate dinner or lunch or whatever. I don't know. I guess we talked, I guess.
About, come on. 2 subjects you talked about.
Sports a little bit.
Boring. And
sure the show came up in some capacity.
Dude, this is
I don't know.
10 hours ago.
this is the representative that's speaking on behalf of the show out in the public.
No, dude, I don't remember it.
Face of the show.
One more subject. Sports and
I mean, we did talk about the show at some point.
specific. Come on. Something.
I think I
Anything.
just asked him if he'd listened since the Drewcast, and he said, yeah.
And he was like, yeah. And then you just head down, just
Ate
shoveled
your
it
sandwich and then said, well, see you later.
Gotta finish my chicken fingers
Fish sandwich.
This
Jay.
one's on you, sir, whatever your name is.
or whatever.
Actually, I almost made a grave mistake ordering what was it, some grilled chicken or something. I thought it was a country fried steak dinner and it was something else. And I don't know. But
Wow.
Adam writes in, just writing in to let you guys know I do not agree with your position on yoga pants. I believe your thoughts that yoga pants just hold it all in, if you will, is incorrect. Okay, well, maybe a little bit, but hear me out. I'm not saying they don't. What I am saying is if a girl is wearing yoga pants and I think she's attractive, great. If I saw the same girl wearing just some loose sweatpants, I probably won't be attracted to that, but she still has the same juicy booty underneath, her choice in clothes for that day. Anyway,
no,
I'm not sure I'm getting my point across, so I will just spell it out. Back in the day, I was lucky enough to initiate Congress with a girl who never really wore tight clothes or revealed too much. She was always wearing hoodies and jeans or something unflattering. I was very pleased to discover she had a banging body underneath those clothes.
Yeah, that's a nice Christmas present.
After this encounter, I've become a lot more open to the type of girls I was attracted to. And I've come to the conclusion that a lot of girls look better with no clothes on than you think they will. So I guess the moral of the story is yoga pants, sweatpants, jeans, it doesn't really matter. It's what they look like naked that matters. Keep up the hard work. Most of you guys rock. Big E, eat a 90-year-old dry stock. Oh, takes it to a new level. A 90-year-old
dry stock.
Oof. Well, picture that, E.
I imagine most 9-year-old stocks are pretty dry and probably for a while.
Just a little shriveled up
dry stock. Here's the problem with his email though. There are those occasions where someone doesn't look the part or dress the part, and you unwrap that gift and you're pleasantly surprised.
Yes, I know where this is going.
But on the flip to that, the problem we have with the yoga pants is they can take a very sloppy, somewhat sloppy, not quite fully gone, but something that's just been left to nature, throw those on and it holds everything in place to make it look like, wow, that's really banging. That is a smoking body on her. And then the fear is when you reveal that, it all looks loose.
It's doing a lot of damage control.
Yeah, it can. And that's what I saw in the Victoria's Secret was every girl had Uggs boots on and yoga pants. And you could just tell that, yeah, I could see how a guy would look at that and think that's hot. I can tell from here that is a mess when you pull that off.
It's really hot, yeah.
It's not.
Cheese comes out.
And you all know if a girl truly has a smoking body, she can wear yoga pants just fine. And you don't have to worry that it's just going to fall apart. The girl that we're talking about is someone who's wearing that yoga pant because it's doing something to help her keep it together on some level.
Dude, yeah. Everything you said there is 100%. And I know some people don't like it, don't agree with me on this either.
It seems like false advertising.
Everything you said is 100%. And honestly, to me, I just get sick of it because it's so, like you said,
normcore. It's very normcore.
No, 80 to 90% of them wearing them at Ugg boots and yoga pants. And they all say, well, it's comfortable. And you're not. So what? Wear fucking regular jeans or wear a skirt or pants. Or I mean, have some fucking style. It just bugs the fuck out of me. It's just 80%, 90% if you go to the mall.
Yeah.
Yoga pants and Ugg boots.
That's what I saw. It stood out. It stood out. And they're all just following suit.
And it is, it's everyone from a fucking 7-year-old girl to a fucking 45 to 50-year-old, 60-year-old mom.
Yeah.
They're just, I got my yoga, they're fucking sitting in their yoga pants and Ugg boots. And like, we all fucking don't know what that really looks like.
One more. Brian writes in, hey guys and Eric,
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
What the fuck? Fuck you, Brian.
You guys have become my morning show over the past year and a half. Love what you do. I've recently forced my girlfriend to start listening to parts of the show because she never knows what the hell I'm referencing anymore when I talk with her.
Oh, that sucks.
A couple of shows in, she asked, "Who's the guy that never talks into the mic?" I said, "Eric, he's radio gold." She asked to see a picture of him, so I showed her his Facebook. At first, she said he was cute.
Whoa. Oh, yeah.
And then I explained how he spreads his seed all over the parents' couch. He drinks piss and would blow a dude for $10K. Her mood changed, and she said he looks like Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys. You familiar with that?
I know the show. I don't really watch it, but I know the show.
She lived in Canada for a few years when she was younger, so I don't expect anyone to know what that show is. So I've included a picture for reference. Eric, you are the heart and soul of the Sunnyvale Trailer Park. Goodbye, B-U-I, Brian. And here we go. I
don't watch the show. Really, I've seen a few episodes, but I know
that's
a lot.
Bubbles.
Yeah, boy.
Look like that.
With Tony on your head.
By the way, cute is cute, man. Whether I fucking drink my own piss or not, if she thought it was cute at first, that's still a first initial reaction.
You'll take
that's what I'm going with.
You'll take it.
So her, first impression.
No. You see what happened there, though? She was initially sort of attracted, like, "Hey, he's cute," and then, I found out about.
Oh yeah,
him.
you know what?
I know him.
I bet like every other freaking.
So cute doesn't get you very far.
No, it does. You know what? I don't give a fuck because I bet like every other
not
fucking.
If you're a
I bet like every fucking other stupid chick out there, if all of a sudden I had $100 million or fucking was rich, she'd fuck me anyway. So whatever.
Yeah, but you don't.
But I could. So you never know.
Yeah,
you never
maybe.
know. Maybe I'll win the lottery.
Chances are you will.
Yeah, maybe. You're right. Whatever. I don't. You know what? I don't care.
Let's count on that.
You know what? I'm not gonna walk around with all these other fucking people fake and just.
Do you even play the lottery?
What? Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, once in a while. I play the big game probably a few times a month.
It's up there right now, isn't it? Mega Millions. Like
yeah.
179.
Would you share it with us?
Say the big game.
Yeah.
What would happen, dude? You win 179. How much goes to me? How much goes to Mike?
If I won that money, dude, I don't want to say this on audio. Recording.
No, you can go ahead and say it.
No, I don't.
Finish your thought.
Go ahead and promise.
Finish your thought. You're not going to win it anyways.
What I'm going to say is I would never say specific money, but if I won $150 million tomorrow, so it'd be 70 after taxes, whatever. I would make sure that.
Good awareness of the tax code, by the way.
I'd give some money to my
parents. But it's not.
I know it's not. He way under.
I know. I know.
We'll give you the 70. We get the rest.
The idea of there being a tax on it.
Yeah,
very impressive.
I meant half, whatever half was. I don't know what we say 75. Okay, I'd give some money to my parents. Obviously.
Why? What have they done for you? Oh, never mind.
Oh, shit ton. I'd give some money to them, pay off that crap. And,
does Nana get her stair chair?
Whatever.
Yeah, we can throw that in.
But you guys, as far as you guys go,
yeah.
Man,
What do I get?
You would get enough that I would want to keep doing this. I would make sure that this.
What does that mean?
So he gets 10 mil.
Maybe I'll start paying you guys to do the show. I don't know. Whatever. I mean,
how much are you paying us? What are we worth?
Enough that I don't have to ever fucking do anything again.
How much do I get versus what does Mike get versus me?
Mike gets more because he found me. So
yeah, I like this. What are you talking? Are you talking like 10 grand each? Or are you talking like
more than that?
$1 million a year?
Possibly.
All right.
I swear to God.
So I get the $1 million, he gets $2 million then. Is that what you're saying?
Fair. That's fair.
If he gets 2, you would get half of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You think Jay's half as good?
I'll take the $1 million.
He gets some. K-Dog gets some too. He's here.
Yeah.
So he gets some too.
How much does K-Dog get?
Enough that he could do this I would want this to be a full-time thing.
All right. So K-Dog gets $1 million too.
No way. He doesn't get $1 million if I get $1 million.
That's a good point.
All right. K-Dog gets $1 million. I get $3 million. He gets $5 million.
Yeah.
No,
that's fair.
135.
That's fair.
Thanks, man.
That's fair.
That's good.
What about 3, 2, 1?
No, why does he get half of what I get?
Dude, plus
have taxes been paid on our money? Are we tax free?
Okay, after taxes, we've got K-Dog with $1 million. There's no way. There's no way K-Dog gets $1 million. I go to 3.
Can you make the website?
Mike
Jay?
goes to 5.
Yeah, I go to 5. That's fair. Clearing 5.
Yeah.
Jay clearing 3. K-Dog clearing 1.
That's fair. Thanks, man.
Okay, never mind.
That's
you get
cool.
none of it. Then.
That's fair.
You get none of it then.
I appreciate that, E. Good job. That's good looking out.
You took a good-hearted thought process that I've actually had in my life, and just turned me to be an asshole.
It's good to count on that. I like that. It's counting on winning the lotto.
I don't count on it, but I have thought if I ever won the lotto. This is still what I want to do. I could win $500 million.
Who hasn't thought about winning the lottery?
Well, I'm saying. I'm saying.
Like that's an original thought by E.
I've
really thought about what I'd do if I won the lottery.
It's an original thought. I'm saying.
Finish your unoriginal thought.
I use it as. I never
Go ahead.
I never claimed that it was an original thought. You guys just asked me. We were talking about this girl, and I just said on the off chance. All I said was I was making a reference to if I got super rich or super famous, that chick would still bang me. She wouldn't even care about that other crap. That was my whole thing. And you said, and then you got into me about winning the lottery.
We were there for the discussion. We remember.
I don't think I'm going to win the lottery. I just said if I do.
I know, like
set.
most people in a sewing circle would sit around and go, so what would you do, Meredith, if you won the money?
Yes, so what? I mean, whatever. You asked me. I didn't say it.
I just wanted to make sure you cut us in on the action. I think it's deserved. After all we've had to put up with, Nana and Jay and I deserve the most.
If I win the lottery, you will be.
All right.
Is that
binding? Is that binding?
There's been people that have sued over less.
Yeah, for sure.
No, there's someone.
I think we had one in the Stronum file that apparently isn't there anymore. But yes,
no, that wasn't the same thing. That's like someone says like, "Oh, if I win, I'm going to give all my cousins $1 million," and then in the end, they realize
that's foolish.
No, but I'm saying I've heard people. That's why I didn't want to say specific numbers, and I actually still haven't said.
Yeah, you did 5, 3, and 1.
No, I never said 5. I said 3, 2, 1.
No, whatever.
It's on there. It's
Well, you hear Mike saying it.
Said what you said.
Yeah. Mike said it.
We all agreed to 5, 3, 1.
I never even said that or agreed to it.
K-Dog, you're going to be a millionaire, my man. Tax-free, clear.
Well, one millionaire.
Huh? Still a millionaire.
Buy a second house in Canada.
Yep. Celebrate Boxing Day in your new house next year. Day after Thanksgiving, my man.
Boxing Day all year round.
All right. Should we call it a day? Is that it for
we're good, man.
Should we call it a
save
year?
them for the new year. See you guys next year. 2015.
Yeah. Can you believe it? We wrapped up a year.
And I'll see Mike later today or as this is going on.
That's right. See you at Zotford, home of Big E.
Yeah, you're right. A year. I can't believe I've been here a fucking year.
It's pretty pathetic, isn't it?
I know.
You got to win that lottery, dude. This is getting ridiculous.
I know.
All right, everybody. Well, have a great New Year's. Be safe. Don't drink and drive and all that shit.
Whoa.
We'll wrap it up. K-Dog's wrapping us up, so we'll get out of here. Enjoy, everybody. Thanks for everything. We'll see you next year.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God, watch